Okay, actually, I should probably do this.
Oh,
For my
so
sanity.
question for all of you. If I'm all the way up here, can you hear me still?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we are live. Our
Although,
audio
like
can
right
be
there,
heard.
you're
That
like,
cuts out?
yay, that cut out. Yeah.
Yeah, that cut out a little bit.
I'm testing the limits of the microphone.
I think sometimes also volume.
And I can
gets
hear our
limited.
audio, so we should be good.
Awesome. Yeah, so we are audio live. Hey everyone. Hey Brungal. Hey Amanda.
Hello,
Hey
welcome.
Mega Rapidash. Alright. Hey Nightbot. How you doing, Nightbot?
How you doing?
Hi,
Nightbot?
Nightbot.
Hey Elhawk.
You got
How
to
you
acknowledge the AI, the robots in our lives.
Okay, listen,
Want them to
I'm a firm
revolt?
believer in you thank your Alexa and your Google Home because when
Yes.
the robots
Oh,
take
yeah,
over,
for
if you
sure.
were kind to them, they may leave you alone.
Yeah. I
So
think
what you're
I think by
saying-
Google every time. Like, what's the weather? And then it tells me, thank you.
Yep, I do the same thing. My Alexa, I'm like, thanks, girl. Have a great day.
I'm usually the type that I go, hey Google, thank you. And as I just said off everyone's.
Yeah, Lhawk99, I am the queen of being nice to inanimate objects. When I was a kid, I used to collect rocks and put googly eyes on them and make them beds like out of shoebox parts and things.
Yes.
For sure.
I had that weird, I'm going to call it weird because I still think it's weird, but I had that weird behavior also with stuffed animals primarily.
Yes, especially ones that were
yeah.
like missing eyes or the stuffing
Yeah.
was coming
You
out.
know,
I like them
growing
better
up,
when they're messed up.
yeah. Granted, though, they're not rocks; they're actually like things with faces on them.
Yeah.
But there's probably something to say about our personality.
I was
thinking
gonna say,
inanimate.
given that you and I just had a whole talk about how we grew up and it's exactly the same,
We all know you didn't grow up, you got older.
that is fair.
I didn't
That's
even
coming
grow
from
up.
me.
I just stayed short. Hey, Baba. Baba Ken.
blows. Huh.
What?
Me have a low blow against anyone. I'm the nicest person ever. Yeah. Okay, let me see how sarcastically I can say that.
Okay. Okay. Well, we will go ahead and go video live. We are audio live. Go video live right now. So now you can be seen and heard. Oh, and all wacky because I have the chat open. There you guys
Whoa.
go. Oh, and I
Whoa,
should
that
probably
looks
organize
great.
As-
Well,
I'll say this, Julie. Oh,
Oh,
go
I'm a
ahead.
DM today.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
we're all in trouble.
Working
we're
on it.
all in
Working
trouble.
on it.
I get to jubilate. I can't
Here
do it
comes-
without the southern accent.
I can see
Here
a
comes the
cricket and have a
pentagram
dog.
on the ground.
Lhawk99 says, wait, is Jubilee a DM? Am I in fact a DM? Yes, I do know how to DM a game or two. I have done that, but I'm not DMing today. Or this game in general.
Yeah.
I am in fact a dungeon master, just not for this.
Hey,
That
Sky,
would be
can you
like a
move your
fun
coffee
April
cup?
Fool's episode where we all play each other. Like we all, somebody else is the DM and we all play each
Sold.
other's characters.
Okay.
And like no permanent impact maybe, but just it'd be a fun little.
Yeah.
April Fool's this year lands on a Monday. This year.
Oh,
you know,
And-
the
A
day
post
before.
April Fool's. Yeah.
but
Pre or post.
yes. Well, and to say we don't stream on March 31st. We will be streaming
know,
the following week,
no, you still
assuming
gotta fix-
nothing changes.
You still
So-
know you have to fix me and Raja.
Do you know,
Yep,
I was
I
thinking
will.
the same thing. I want Skylar as Jubilee.
So I will fix the
Wow.
cameras. Tom, if you want to go ahead and kick us off into actually
man.
let's just hop right into it. It is 4:30. Let's hop right into it. Tom, if you want to go ahead and do a quick what happened last time, I will get these cameras fixed. And Skylar, if you'd move your coffee cup.
Oh man, what happened last time? Okay,
Yeah, the
I'm gonna try
cameras
to
are
condense this as much as possible because so much. First of all, we were able to finally read the scrolls. We using that hand mirror, we saw that it was pretty much any standard document that bound an individual to Morin Duke. They allowed an enhancement to a person's ability that they already had, but they couldn't use the enhancement against Morin himself. They were able to choose the enhancement of what they already had. When touching the scrolls with the ring, when that blue circle was illuminated, they pretty much a whole bunch of stuff happened until finally the ring absorbed them. after we tested the first one, which was Jubilee's contract, I said that rhymed to Jubilee. Nothing happened. She didn't go into a trance. It was fantastic. We were able to destroy 3 contracts. When we went to do the 4th, I got a sensation of exhaustion, but I also heard a voice and a sensation of something smiling and saying, "Well done." Turned out it was my deity. That was awesome. We went to Athea's to figure out what happened with the scrolls about the creatures. Turns out those creatures were called Satari, and she got a whole bunch of information, over 7 letters, including the first one being successfully created 5 years ago. We went over the initial makeup of the creatures of being a blend of rats and spiders. One stated that they were originally released in pairs to increase survivability. One of them stated that the creatures actually don't cause the victims to die until after they harvest their souls, but they have to weaken them first, so that's cool. One stated that once they feed on a race, they can't feed on any other races. One letter stated that in order for them to reproduce, they have to harvest 4 souls, and that the first 2 creatures each laid 20 eggs, so 40 eggs total, and there was an 80% survival rate. Fricka then also said that what we experienced in Dovex Pass with the Black Plague, her parents suffered from, but they called it the Black Scarlet Fever, but they didn't recover from it, unlike Raja. Korgana was killed by one of the Saturi. We were able to kill it, and immediately afterwards we saw something electrical and crackling that reminded Raja, Rihu, and Vantalord of the cauldron from the cave in Dovex Pass. Everyone except for Jubilee went there. We saw the 7 Satari around a circle with a red-haired woman in the center. They all vanished. They teleported. We don't know where. We saw 6 constellations and 4 other symbols that Vantalord sketched into his notebook. Jubilee, however, remained back where we saw Korgana. She drew a pentagram on the ground, dripped blood on it, and then she told the voice that she heard that she wanted to be strong like Morn, but better than him. We ended the session with the 4 of us kind of having an argument and a disagreement with Jubilee on why that happened, how could it be bad, and it was not pretty as far as interpersonal communications go between the 4 characters. And finally, there was some text role play. There were some screams in the city. Raja and Vantalord went in and investigated. We found a dead body that was similar to Sarah's from Dovex Pass, that only Vantalord saw back then. That would have been session 4 or 5. And finally, the people that saw what occurred, they described the creatures and that they vanished, and that caused the panic in town. Did I miss anything? I think that was it.
No, I think that was all the big highlights. One caveat is that there was a long rest that took place between the vanishing of Jezebel and the Satari. They kind of did their stuff. They did some shopping throughout the day. Rihu bought some spears, a couple silver per spear, and then any other players, if you bought anything, just let me know. I'll let you know the cost. And then they came back the next day to check this out. That's when Vantalord and Raja, everyone heard the screams. Vantalord and Raja went into town, into the main square, the shopping square, market square, and found that individual also looked like Korgana. They all kind of have the same look. And yes. Yeah. So then there's that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was going to say the screams we heard was from a death of three humans in total. Mm-hmm. So 4 people, including Korgana, have died due to the Satari.
And before we hop into the game, we have a surprise today for all of you. Hey, Lord Gazumba.
Kawabunga.
Surprise. We have a surprise today because the character art is completed. So just a couple seconds here, and we'll go ahead and pull that up. Dun, 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 dun.
Happy dance.
I have it open somewhere. I promise.
She really can't contain herself.
As usual.
Oh.
Hey. She's so perfect.
Announcements. There we go. Sorry, guys. There you go. So there is Cricket. This
Oh
is
my
done,
god, she's beautiful.
She is.
done by our sponsor, Cowboy Hob. Did this.
We love you, Hob.
I
Yeah,
love that
if-
she has pieces of hay in her hair.
Hey, no.
Oh,
Skylar,
it's
did your mic
perfect.
fall
Like
apart?
so moody. She's
Oh,
so
yeah.
pretty.
She is very
Oh, it's just
moody.
light.
I probably don't play her moody enough, but
Okay, well, Skylar gets his light set up. I'm gonna skip over his character. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, let's go to this one.
Woo!
Oh,
So creepy and perfect.
I
Oh
love
my
it
God.
so much.
So there is your Jubilee. Let's go ahead and kick these out at the same time.
I really want to send a picture of this. I have a friend that's crazy scared of clowns.
That is nightmare fuel.
to.
Oh, wait, here you go. Okay, so look at that picture and then just
Nope,
It's perfect.
that's great.
So let's see if we can name this one then.
Oh. Wait, are you missing an eye? I just
so
didn't know.
badass.
That's his Rihu on it.
Yeah, it's Rihu.
Yes.
That's got to be Rihu.
correct. That would be correct.
Yeah, do you have both of your eyes?
I do have both of my eyes. I'm just very
a
scarred.
nasty scar. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at
Love
that
it.
skin texture.
Spent some time in the old fighting pits for a while.
Yeah, clearly.
That is fantastic.
It is.
Yeah, Cowboy Hobbs did amazing on these.
That
Yeah.
beard is a dream. Look at that.
I know it's one that I can't achieve.
Let's say, I'm jealous of that beard. I would love to be able to grow one.
Man, I can't even get like. Never mind. That's impossible. That's not even.
I've said it once before. I do No Shave November, but I have to start in September.
And then
Aw.
here's our next one.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
going to unplug the microphone.
Okay. If you get hey Skylar, if
So
you
let
get
me
a
know
Skylar, if
if
you
you can
get
still
a
hear me.
charging block, you can just plug that
Mhm.
into a charging block into the outlet instead of into the computer.
There's no space on the walls.
Oh.
There's
Is that
no
Analog?
plugs.
Yeah, it looks like
you were
an
fine.
elf.
Like if you want to do that during
That's
the break, Sky, you're showing up just
fantastic.
fine. So yep, here is Vantalord.
Bachelor looking like he could punch me right in the face.
Yep.
I mean,
You
maybe
said
if
I-
you're
Now,
on
if
your
I-
knees or
the other
something.
If I can ever get my voice changer working, I'll actually be able to sound like him too.
Sky, we can look at that on break.
The long flowing locks are fun.
And then,
Yes.
Skylar, you ready? You ready?
I can't tell if he's dancing or scooting his
He's
chair.
I know
scooting
he's
forward.
scooting his chair.
All right, so here is then Raja.
Oh.
And I had Hob explain this to me a little bit, and so she incorporated some of the blue, like the hot flame. So here's Raja
Matcha.
with his, you can see his hair that's all colorful,
Yeah, fires.
kind of a
How
flowy
cool is
fire to it.
that?
And then
What
here
can I
is the
say?
whole cast. So when y'all are
I
walking down the
love
street, everyone, this is
Aw,
what they're all
look how
seeing.
cute we are.
It's so fun.
I'll say there's all but one.
Excuse me. Excuse me. She's beautiful.
There we go.
I
Hey,
think
Rory.
the best part is that it's not makeup. Like, no.
That's just her
this is-
face.
This is permanent.
Yes, Hob did a wonderful, wonderful job with this.
Yeah, Hob killed it.
So good. I
All
love
right.
it. I
Well,
love
with
it so
that,
much.
we will go ahead and hop into the game. So as mentioned, the next day you guys came back. For a moment, as you're coming back to this area, Raja and Vantalord took off to the screams, found, as described, the 3 individuals that died due to the Satari. They weren't discovered till the next day, as Vantalord and Raja had come to find out. Simply, just like any, they clearly had died the day before. They just thought they were out doing something or not located. A little bit of panic set into those if they had family, and then eventually they found them the next morning where you are today. When you head back down to that circle where you originally saw Jezebel and the Seven Satari, you see that image that I sent you in the Discord. You see those 4 arcane markings, and you see 6 stones that are dislodged. In the circle, you see a total of a placement for 5 stones, 1 in the center, and then 4 that can fit in to the circle itself. So clearly there are more constellation stones than there are spots for them to be. You do notice that 5 of the 6 stones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 6 stones have a tapered shape to them. So like if you think about cutting a pie, right? The center point is narrower than the outside point. So you see that pattern on 5 of them. One of them, you see, just imagine rounding the corners of the square, of the rectangle. So take a rectangle, round the corners, and that's 1 of the 6. The other 5 have the tapered look to them. So looking at it, it's very clear that 5 of these fit into the outside, 1 of them fits into the center.
And I know you sent us last session what I drew as far as constellations. They would be in character.
Yeah, and I put those all into the Discord for you guys.
Yep.
So the rounded one that's in the center must be like the dial on where they're going.
Right.
I go up to the one in the center just because I want to test that. Am I actually physically able to turn it? Or is it like stationary? How big is it?
So the stone itself, and they all were dislodged. So when you saw Jezebel vanish, you could hear and feel this humming and this force behind it. And you actually saw the stones move and dislodge from their location, including the center one. Clearly it belongs there, though. Size-wise, it's 12 inches long by 6 inches wide, and about, what would that be, 3 inches deep. So it's a good slab. And that particular one is this constellation.
Okay. Oh, so the constellations were in this. It was kind of like in the center almost.
And when you turn it, you can feel it slightly have a grind, but it's easy to turn.
Okay.
So I, Katie, don't know very much about constellations at all, but does Cricket recognize any of these in particular as being like does she identify like what direction they are in typically in the sky or anything like that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a nature check.
Well, that's a natural one. I think I have a decently high nature, but I don't think it's going to combat that.
And so the nat ones begin. Well,
yeah, so the nat ones again.
Okay.
Yeah, +3, so a whopping 4 total.
You did sleep last night.
Not
but
very well, apparently.
It's just kind of this unsettlingness that this disease that ran through, that you're familiar with, you're confronted with it again. So your sleep last night, your head is kind of fuzzy. You do clearly know the constellation. If anyone has a doubt, it's not you, right? You are in tune with nature enough to but in this moment, that kind of like it's at the tip of your tongue. You're pretty sure that, you know, if you had a strong drink or something, it'd probably wake you up, but you're just a little fuzzy right now. It's early.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm having a hard time remembering these what the different constellations mean and the direction that they are, but they're definitely constellations from the sky. I'm sure you all figured that out too, but maybe somebody else can do you recognize any of them?
Okay, so what I recognize is there's like a nose that looks like it's sneezing, and then there's the one that looks like a smile that someone is trying to tell to turn upside down, but it's not listening. And then there's a squiggle, and then there's one that looks like a Maraska.
Oh, those ones.
As Jubilee's saying that, I'm just looking down, shaking my head, and I look at Cricket and Jubilee. I'm like, I'm not even gonna attempt to know what they say. The only thing, like I mentioned, with last night is I've seen ship's navigators use stars to navigate, so thinking potentially it could be some sort of navigation, but I didn't really study much when it comes to astronomy.
I mean, if they're constellations, I'm assuming this is some sort of teleporter to different places around the world.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, like I think that they use this to teleport away. I mean, if we... It sounds like...
Stargate.
Yeah, it sounds like y'all have experienced them in the mountains before, and it sounded like, remember the scrolls that we had, one of the readings said something about their breeding ground being in the mountains. So maybe they teleported somewhere near there, but I can't really tell for sure by looking at these.
Vantalord, you stepped in to look at that center stone, correct?
Yes, I did.
And you put it into place and you turned it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the center stone, the one clearly based on the shape of it that goes there, you're in the center. Now, as you're in the center, it's pretty clear to see. It was hard to see when you guys were back up on the cliff. Just a understanding of where you're at. As mentioned, that Wood's Edge is on a large hill, small mountain, right? And so there's all these retainer walls that walk down. So you were up here. Corgana's shop is over here. Ran over here. You're over here when you saw Jezebel disappear. Vantalord, as you're inside here, you do see the remnants of one of those Satari eggs inside of there. And remnants, like there's a half of one that's broken. And it's when you look at it, it's not an empty shell. You recognize it to be one of those that didn't hatch to begin with.
I'm gonna go pick it up gently.
What? You pick it up, and when you do, you notice a sheen of blue that washes across it, like a very faint blue light that just, and then it fades out, and it's dark. It looks like a stone now.
What do you have there, Vantalord?
As Vantalord, did we all see that, or just only Vantalord?
Yeah, he picks it up, and you're all in the area.
I mean, I'm talking about like the blue light.
Yeah, I mean, it's unless he's trying to hide it, I don't think so that it'd be clear enough to see. Yeah.
Well, that light instantly reminds me of those files that we picked up back in Duvik's past. So we've used one of them, but I believe we have another one.
Oh yes, from the Banshees.
A file?
Like a glass.
Oh, vial. All right. Yeah.
File, yeah.
I was thinking like a nail file or something.
Well, this is definitely unsettling.
I know when I used mine, when we thought it might get the thing off of Vantalord, it just turned into like a banshee itself for a little bit.
Well, have you seen that? Like, what is that? It looks sort of like an egg.
These are the eggs of the same creatures that we've been speaking of, that we fought.
The Satari.
Yes.
I've just been carrying this around, hoping it doesn't hatch.
Right, that seems dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and if Athea's saying anything, once they harvest 4 souls, they can lay eggs, and if... I know they said the first batch that laid eggs laid 20 eggs apiece.
Well, then maybe the best idea here would be to crack it and scramble it, and we'll have it for breakfast tomorrow.
As she finishes saying this, I look at her, I'm like, well, this egg's already damaged. It can't hatch. We saw 5 of these, and we actually brought them to Athea when we first entered town that couldn't hatch because they were damaged. So this
Well,
doesn't mean
how do you know it? How do you know it can't hatch? Are you an expert on breeding Satari?
The fact that its show is already opened up and we could see into it.
Or
That's...
what if somebody has stopped it from hatching and they're just waiting till the right moment, and then all of a sudden it can hatch again, and then it attacks us?
Right, exactly.
When I looked at this egg, could I tell it was kind of like split in half, just or?
Yep. So for visual clarification, this egg is broken in half, right? So there's only half the egg there. As that sheen went across, it looks like that blue light just finally faded out. It now looks essentially like a stone. So the inside of it is also solid. So that it's not concave like an egg shell. Imagine it's filled on the inside, right? And it's like a stone cut in half.
So
this doesn't look like a normal egg.
No, they're quite large, and as I'm saying this, I'm kind of trying to bring it up to show like these eggs were almost like half the size of my head. They were quite large.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm saying this, I'm like, well, when we came into town, myself and Zep, who I'm sure you remember him when we went to Athea's at one time, we were only able to carry one of them just because of the sheer size of them. Raja carried in 2 and Rihu had 1, like, because we were trying to figure out what was going on with them. That's actually when we got into town. That's one of the reasons why Zep decided to work with Athea, and he left the group because he was so enthralled by these that they kind of perplexed him.
Well, so how much did you find out?
Well, from what Athea said, is they're literally a man-made undead creature that they were experiments for 3-4 years, and now that they're kind of running free on their own, they may have been the cause of the Black Plague, or even what Cricket's, from what Cricket described, they may have even caused some of that in her region. But that's just a guess. But I know from what I saw last night, I don't know if Rihu or Raj are gonna like this. Remember Sarah back in Dubbock's Pass when we had that person go missing that I followed Father Samuel to her house? Yeah, the dead people look like her. Like sunken in faces, just...
Like they had the life taken out of them?
Yeah. So I remember when I saw Sarah, like, her face was just like sunken in, it was dried, it was stretched. I mean, it wasn't like a normal person dying and just slowly their skin fading away. Like,
well, we found that out, right? That they are essentially sucking the energy out of people, or they're...
Well, then it sounds like we should feed them. Because then they'll have their energy back. And maybe they won't look so skinny.
The problem is these creatures, after they harvest someone's souls, the person dies. but they first have to harvest the soul. So this makes me wonder if we should go looking for their nest and destroy as much as possible, because if their nesting ground is in fact in the mountains, we need to solve that. I mean, as I say that, I start looking through my notes that I had from Athea. This here, the Raker Mountains. That was. As I reread that, Rory, do I know approximately how far from where we're at right now to the Raker Mountains, or is it this part of the same mountain range that Dovix Pass and Woods Edge is in?
So
I honestly can't remember.
So I don't have the map up right now, but well, roll a knowledge geography. You're wondering if you're in the same mountain range?
Yeah, that's
roll a knowledge geography check.
Oh, looks like that's just gonna be a flat roll.
Is that a sound that we are all hearing, or are you just putting that sound?
No, you guys hear
just
it.
messing around.
It's a nat 20.
Oh,
okay.
I thought that he was just messing around too. I'm glad you clarified that, Skylar. I was like, oh, he's just testing sound effects.
No, you guys hear it.
I would like to look at what that is.
Yeah, where's that wrestling coming from?
So that mountain range, the Raker Mountains, is what Dovix Pass, that settlement is built into. They were mining into the Raker Mountains. The Raker Mountains run from the north down south quite a ways, and Dovix Pass is just a little ways north of the bottom of that mountain range. Okay, so here's the mountain range, Dovix Pass. You guys went off this way. So where you're at now isn't a mountain range as much as this is just a really big hill / small mountain, like whatever you call that. I don't know if it actually has a name.
Okay, so we'd be on like the far bottom skirts of it, almost like to the point where it's maybe
it's not even part of the range anymore. It's just the ground is. Yep. As far as that sound, Raja and Cricket turn around, start looking. Those stones still scattered about. As you do, you see the bushes up top from where you were actually starting to rustle.
I'm gonna try and figure out what it is.
Okay. As you start to walk closer.
Yeah.
And Raja?
I'll follow, but I'll take my morning star, I think.
Okay.
Morning star out.
Does it sound like a creature is rustling it, or?
I mean, it sounds like the bush is moving. And you can see it moving as well.
I'm standing back, being inherently cautious because I know they have sucked the souls out of 3 different humans, and I also am a human. So just in case it's one of those things, I know they can't go after a different race.
Yeah.
I did not have that thought because I'm also human, but oh well.
Good thinking, though. So you see the bushes start to rustle up here, and then slowly the rustling continues as the two of you start to walk up. Rihu, you're watching, your eye with the scar getting some of the light as you block it out and looking with your good eye over there. You start to then see a small human with her arms just filled, and she comes out from behind the bushes, and these large ball-looking objects fall from her hands and start to tumble down this created stairway here, as you then quickly recognize her to be Athea.
Okay.
And these were taking up way too much room in my shop. I do not want them anymore. I would have rather kept the letters because they were interesting and didn't take up space. But if you wouldn't mind, please taking these back.
Can I try to hop on them like you know when people run on the little balls?
I mean, you can, but as you get closer, and Raja, you see this and recognize them right away. These are those eggs that you brought from Dovix Pass.
Yeah.
Did one by chance fall down the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, they keep making their way all the way and finally rest at Raja's and Cricket's feet.
I'd like to walk up and pick up one of them.
Okay.
Obviously, I know what these are, right?
Yeah.
Is that thunder?
And then,
Maybe leave them. Maybe don't touch those, because what if it hatches on you or something? Or like, what if?
we had these with us for weeks getting here. We're not
Like
too concerned
3
about
weeks.
Right, but what if we were just like, incubating? Yeah, exactly. You don't know.
The other ones hatched when we touched them. We know these ones are safe.
It's
I'm
a plane,
grabbing-
Skylar.
As I grab it,
Skylar's face is frozen, or maybe not. Nope, that's just. I thought his camera was frozen like that.
So sorry for the disruption of the roleplay. We have a plane going over our house, and so
That was a plane?
The best part is, I thought that the screen had frozen because your face was just stuck in this phone.
Okay, go ahead, Rihu. You were saying.
and then just like this is, I haven't vocalized this thought yet, but I wanted to pick it up and walk into the center of where this circle again,
Okay.
and set it where that egg that was split in half was.
Okay. And sure enough, you see it. They rest at their feet. You just pick one of them up, with a couple of them still resting at their feet. You walk into the circle. You notice that when you start to get closer to the circle, you start to see, and this is one where these ones aren't, none of them that you guys had, I don't think, if I recall right, none of them were split in half, but they did have breaks in them.
Yes.
Those break lines start to give a light hue of blue, and then Rihu, as you step into the circle, those cracks are like vibrant blue veins inside of the egg.
So I'm gonna vocalize my thought right now is, I think these eggs might power whatever this teleportation is.
It's like it's providing the energy for the teleportation to
Yes.
happen.
Oh,
So they're
Is
not
that what
they're
that
not
glow
eggs
thing-
then? They're not eggs, they're something else.
Well, we know they're eggs, but an unhatched egg might have enough energy left in it to.
I don't like the music change, I just like that to be known.
Athea continues her way down. She stops by Raja. Oh, wait a second. Now, if that's what they are, maybe I'll take them back.
I don't really think that it's a great idea either way.
Well,
Do we want to be responsible for having these, or touching them, or teleporting with them, or what are we doing?
yeah, and, I'm just gonna kind of snarkily look over and say, I didn't think it was a good idea to touch a pentagram too.
I look at both of them and I just glare. It's like, okay, come on, guys. It's what's done is done. Let's
One
work
of us
past it.
is going to be all powerful and magical and beautiful forever, and somebody is going to touch a freaking egg and turn into a skinny dead person. So who's winning?
But I look at Jubilee and I look at Rihu. I'm like, okay, guys. We understand that things have happened. We talked about this last night. How, when it comes to power and it comes to strength, it comes down to their mindset behind it. We don't know whether what Jubilee did was right or wrong, but let's see if we can come together back as a team and figure out what's going on with these creatures to protect others around us. Even though we may not always agree with each other's decisions, that doesn't mean we can't happen to make the best out of a situation, because we don't know the outcome.
Is anyone else really cold and tired?
It's like the middle of the day, Jubilee.
Temperature-wise for everyone, it is kind of early autumn time frame, but it is midday, and it's, just to give a good understanding, it's probably like a warm 68 degrees. It's a nice day.
While
I'm jealous.
The egg, I'd like to turn to Athea and ask her if she recognizes any of these constellations.
To who?
Athea.
Athea. I mean, maybe. And she kind of looks over to Raja. Are you gonna keep those?
Can you hear us, Raja?
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep those, Raja?
Oh. I was gonna break them.
What? You're gonna break that?
Does that mean
But
I can keep them?
Hang on, this is very loud music.
And,
Okay.
and she's
You can-
slowly like making her way to you, but she's still like lingering at this possibility.
I thought you wanted to get rid of him, Athea.
Yeah, I mean that's before now.
I wanna.
Hey, insight
Before
check.
now
Is that
what?
a thing? Is that a thing? Can I tell why this like sudden shift? She just carried these massive stones to us. Like,
Yeah.
why
can we
is she?
Can we sense motive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that was
Yeah,
that
you
what it's
guys
called?
can
Sense
do it.
motive? Yeah, I would like to do that.
You can sense motive for sure.
I'd like to. Same.
I'm just gonna
Oh.
put
Is-
I rolled a
Is-
19
Take
plus
one.
8, so 27.
+8.
Yeah. I'm very good at telling you what your
Yeah,
motive is.
I rolled a 10 with a +8 too, so 18.
Nice, 18. The two of you clearly see she's not necessarily trying to hide this. She thought these things were worthless, and then you just discovered that it has some kind of reaction to this thing, and she's now interested.
Finders,
Basically,
keepers,
she thought it
losers,
was trash.
weepers.
What? What'd you say?
Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. You didn't want them anymore, so now they're ours.
Look, maybe we can strike up a deal. I'll come over there and take a look.
No, that's okay. You can stay over there, and I'll
Yeah,
stay
but he
Just wait
wanted
for
me
the
to
rest
come
of the
over there.
party.
Well, we do want to,
35
we do-
gold apiece.
Wait a minute.
What?
No,
Whoa,
no.
whoa, 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 whoa. That's a lot.
I think her knowledge is more important than the actual.
That's right. So if
Like-
you want me to tell you anything, it should be 35 gold for every bit of information. Nah, I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing with you. The three of you especially know Athea a little bit more, and she's messing with you. But seriously, I mean,
Well, I'm
always-
sure. Here's the thing, Athea. I don't know what these are actually gonna do. It sounds like clearly Rihu has discovered some purpose for them, but
Yeah.
we probably don't need all of them. So I'm sure we could leave at least one for you to like study and keep analyzing. But we do need your help figuring out how to actually use these effectively. Because right now all we know is that they do something, but we need your help.
It's exactly where I was going as well. If the group agrees, for the cost of one egg, the most damaged egg, we'll give that to you for your assistance in figuring out the
well, you
reaction.
sure do strike a hard bargain. But yep, sounds like a deal. Meaning she probably
Is
would have
there-
done this for less, and she's
Yeah.
so happy to just yep.
Which, like, I mean, I guess I'll, like, I don't know, try and whisper if Athea's, like, distracted looking at the constellations or something and be like, honestly, like, having her on our side has been helpful for all the other things that she's done for us, so I'm not opposed to making her happy.
Is
I'm
there
not
enough
opposed
that
to
I
killing
can go
her if she
take
tries to do anything terrible to us. So.
What was that, Roger?
Isn't she the one who gave us all the, like, she's the one who deciphered the scrolls for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
she is.
Aside
Yeah.
from the scrolls, now she wants to go back on her word. She didn't want the eggs anymore. Now she all of a sudden wants the eggs again. So if she wants to try to play with us, I'll play right back.
Jubilee, you're getting more and more unhinged.
I wonder
think
why.
so.
I know, I wonder why.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I've done anything different, really.
You all are interesting. So you said you have some stones to look at. As she steps into the circle.
As she steps in, I look at her. I'm like, if you look around the circle, there's these 4 stones, almost like a compass that would point out the directions. But I don't know if that's what they are.
Oh,
But they have some sort of markings on them, and none of us really know what it is.
My theory is this is you spin the dial to go to a location with the power once it's powered up, but we don't know what the locations are,
I see.
and we don't know exactly how to power it up.
And she
Is
walks.
that an egg in the ground?
What's that?
Is that an egg in the ground?
That's
Yeah.
the broken egg
Yes.
that's now picked up by Vantalord.
Yeah.
Or Rihu. Vantalord.
Yeah, Vantalord. I picked it up.
I have the full one in my hands right now that was
Yep.
glowing.
So she steps over
It's very excellent.
and in there, and she looks at the markings that are permanent. She goes, "Oh well. I see that I've rubbed off on you. Clearly, these here 4 markings are directional markings in the arcane language. They are specifically used within teleportation circles and primarily teleportation circles. I've never seen one made like this, though. This is very unique. It is definitely one that has been made permanent, and that takes about a year to do of constant casting. It's pretty difficult and expensive. But these are clear indicators that they are directional, meaning some teleportation circles are... a wizard might have a real good understanding of where they want to go. For example, if they want to teleport to their home, a place they're familiar with, they are very likely to succeed. But the circle disappears. And now, if they're not so familiar with the place, very bad things can happen. Very dangerous and risky. The ultimate success comes when it's made permanent. And when you make them permanent, you put in directional markers. That way, it's not a chance of success, it is success. Now, these other ones, I'm not as familiar with stars. It does look like, well, this
Like
one's...
a nose.
Yeah. No, the one you think looks like a nose, I think that's probably this one, right? As she points to the ground.
Yes, that's a nose that someone is trying to get to sneeze.
Yes, actually what it's doing is, that's the horizontal marker. You see, the way the arcane weave, the magic works, is when we're looking for a distance, think of a box, Jubilee. Now this one moves you along the bottom of that box.
Okay.
And she grins a little bit. She goes, the nose takes you across the bottom of that box. Now, this other one over here, this one, what would you say this is, Jubilee?
A maraca.
A maraca, okay. So the maraca, this one takes you up the box. Okay?
Oh, wait, so is it up or down or just up?
Just up. Because,
So then it's the opposite one. Okay, so there's the...
No,
there's
it's
the
not. It's
squiggle.
not exactly like that. This one accounts for the curve of the Earth, so it takes you up like that. It doesn't work very well, Jubilee, to explain it like this. I'm doing my best, but it's kind of like if I want to get somewhere else, I need to go over there, and so these two get you over there. These other two are very unique. Every permanent transportation circle needs to have these two markers. These other two are specific to the wizard that cast them. It's a bit of a signature. It's kind of the key or the anchor to make it work.
Do you recognize this at all? Like, does it look familiar to you? Does it look familiar to any of us? I should say too.
It doesn't to me. I don't recognize these two here.
Were they on the scrolls at all?
I didn't look for that. Yeah, I don't know. They might be. It wouldn't make sense. It's very specific to this spell. Cricket, would you go ahead and roll another nature check?
Nature, sure. 7.
7. Total?
Yeah. I rolled a 4. I'm really not feeling nature right now.
Wow. So your mind is starting to clear up a little bit. You do recognize where is it at? You do recognize one because it is so common. Even people that don't know stars know this one. That's this one. You recognize
what do you call that one? Yeah, I recognize it.
You recognize it to be Ursa Major.
Yeah, Ursa Major.
Or Big Dipper, yeah, Ursa Major. I'm not so familiar with those, but I this is what I could tell you for these. I still get the egg, right? I mean, I'll still continue to help you, of course.
Yeah, I would say we haven't powered this up. You'll get the egg once we've actually figured out the intended use of the eggs.
Okay, well, why don't you just stick the stones in place then?
Well, we don't want to just send ourselves to somewhere random.
Then I'm going to ask the question. Typically on a teleportation device or circle such as this, is there a spell that has to be used or said?
Typically, there would be some kind of arcane caster that would need to do something to activate the magical weave to initiate that spell.
Out of curiosity, if this is a permanent circle, would it always go to the same location over and over and over again, or could it potentially go to different locations?
Oh, it could potentially go to different locations. Some high... Yeah, it's not common to find these. I'm actually surprised none of us have seen this. It must have been covered by all this dirt for a long time.
Right, I was just curious, yeah, like how long has this been here, or did it just appear randomly?
Well, the way it looks, and she's pointing at the dirt piles around it, looks like it was covered. So whoever was doing it must have been here often. Your question, Rihu, about, okay, so they're not very common, and she's going to do a little memory check here. Yes, they're not very common. However, some organizations, some very prestige organizations, are known to use these in different locations. It can take a long time to travel. So any wizard with the knowledge or a spellcaster that understands how to do this could set up, say, 3, 4, 5 different ones and make it so they could travel in between them. A big part of that is they're familiar with where they're going, though. This is very unique. I've never seen something like this. Usually it's a matter of the wizard saying, okay, well, because I have one over there and I know the place, I'm guaranteed to go there.
Do you know if there's a way to tell what the last place somebody went is? Does it like burn into the sigil at all? Like, does it look more used if they go in a certain direction?
I don't know. You can look.
Well, there's a we can move the pointer dial, right? So we can. It's pointed. We know what direction we pointed at the last time.
Right. It's the same as it was before.
So all stones came out of place, and Vantalord spun that center stone when he put it back in.
Oh, so we have to put it back together.
Yeah, we don't know which one was spun.
As you start saying that, yesterday I did try to sketch out how the stones were placed. And as I say that, I bring out the notebook I usually, prior to yesterday, they didn't actually know that I've been keeping it because it's a notebook, it's a diary. I try to keep private. So I open up the page to where this was, and I'm like, let's see how close we can get it. And I put the page down, and the ones that are directly to my right, I'm gonna start trying to arrange them in the same way that my notebook had them.
All right. So even then, they were slightly displaced, dislodged with that.
Yep.
And anyone can help with this. Vantalord, as you do this, go ahead and roll a percentile dice.
Okay. Do.
The 8 of your notebook will help with this too.
Let's see here. What is that?
Hey, thanks for
the gifted
subbing.
sub.
Yeah,
Yay.
74.
74. So
My
you're
dragon's
able
falling.
to take a pretty good guess on 4 of the 5 stones.
8.
You know, you're fairly positive that this one goes between the nose.
I love that so much. The nose and the maraca.
Jubilee, what's this one?
That one is the smile that someone is trying to
There we
turn
go.
upside down.
Okay. So this one, you're fairly sure goes between the nose and the smile.
This is the best job anyone has ever given me.
This one, you're fairly positive, goes between the smile and the squiggly line. Ursa Major, you're fairly sure goes between the squiggly line and the maraca.
Okay.
You're then left with this stone and this stone.
Whoa.
You're not sure because of how they got jumbled with the force of the teleportation. You're pretty sure on the other 3. You feel confident, but there is room for error. These 2 are left, and you don't know which one was in there.
Oh, it's funny. Your camera's messing them up as I'm looking through them. Let's see. They both have 8.
So,
The one that has 4 up top and the 2 in the center. Well, guys, I
This
think
one?
I got everything else. I'm gonna try this one, and so that one
this one.
is the one that has the 4 and then the 2. I start lining that one up in the final spot.
Okay. So the stones go in, and you have the stone in the center. Explain to me what the stone in the center looks like. Not what it
Okay.
looks like, but how do you have it placed in there?
So let's go back up to the. Okay.
Thanks,
Trying to
Elhawk.
find just because I'm verifying my own sanity.
Oh, so that one looks like a constellation of a balloon that's still on a string and then a balloon that's floating away.
That one, as I look at it, that almost looks like it lines up with the Ursa Minor on the bottom, and then it's angled towards that other one that had like the 4 and the 2. So, if
You
you're
mean
looking
Ursa
at a
Major?
compass, yeah, if you're looking at a compass with north at the top, it looks like it'd be going from northwest to southeast. With the rest of the aligning, if that makes sense to you, Rory.
So let's look at
Yeah.
this part up here. Where is this?
Yeah.
What is that pointing to?
The constellation that you just had me fill in, you know, when I couldn't figure out between the 2.
Okay. So that part is directly facing this one.
Yes.
I really feel like this moment has never made me more sure about whether or not I should be working for a circus.
When Vantalord,
What do you?
I don't
Jubilee,
think you work for a circus anymore, Jubilee.
No, I still perform.
No, just now I'm the ringleader of the circus. No.
now where is everyone? You know, with this dialogue taking place, Raja and Cricket, are you still over there? Have you come over into the circle to watch and be part of this,
Yeah.
or where is everyone at?
Yeah. I'm on the edge of the circle, just watching.
I haven't moved a foot since the egg started lighting up.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the edge. I'm not touching the circle. I'm looking in it, but I'm not touching anything.
And Cricket?
Yeah.
What?
I would say I'm like in it with them, like looking at the constellations, and especially since Vantalord is trying to put them back together, and I think I helped him with that drawing yesterday.
Yes, you did.
So I would be there sort of just looking over his shoulder and helping with it.
So Cricket, Rihu, and Vantalord are all in the circle if I heard everyone right, correct?
Yep.
Just from my notes.
Yes.
Okay. So, Vantalord, that center stone wasn't lined up with anything, and then as those four go into place, and you set it, and it lines up with the other constellation, Rihu, your egg starts to not only... Those vibrant blue veins are still there, but you start to feel it hum. And you feel this vibration coming off of it.
Team, should I put it in the middle, or should I step back out?
I don't know
It is-
anymore.
Let's put it in the
humming and
middle.
Lighting up.
Well,
I mean, we're not gonna get anywhere if we're just staying here.
I heard the sound shift, by the way.
Yeah, I know, me too. I was like, oh no.
thought that was my stomach for a second.
I will walk to put it in the center where
Right.
the last egg was.
You start to put it in the center, on top of that center stone.
Mhm.
The vibration, you can visually see a vibration like a heat wave. You can see the vibration come off of this egg. The electrical bolts that were previously seen, you can see them start to spike from these arcane spots. They haven't become as big as they were previously, but you can start to see them just lightly start to arc off of this. With the two of you still on the outside, Athea is still on the inside, and her eyes go huge, and she's like, and she just bolts outside of it.
Raja and Jubilee, are you gonna get in here too?
Do you think that we should?
I say wherever we're going. If we're going somewhere, we're gonna need your strength.
Might as
yes.
well.
I'm speechless, so I'm just going to turn around and nod up and down.
If I die, I'm coming back to haunt all of you, and I'm gonna jump in.
The bolts start to get bigger and thicker. Jubilee, as you jump through, you can feel one just graze behind you.
Oh!
Did you say you hopped into Roger or not yet?
Yeah.
Alright. As you hop in, you go ahead and make a dex save to see if you can make it in without getting hit.
Is that everybody?
Nope,
Who's
just
doing that?
Roger.
Oh, okay.
Reflex.
Yep.
22.
You easily, like, you're just flowing. You see Raja's hair even just like, whoosh, as she just flows. The lightning comes at his hand, he just moves it. He just grazes by it and gives a little hand wave, like he gets in just fine. The lightning starts to grow more and more and more.
I'm gonna hold on to Bear and just like grab him.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Bear. Athea says, "Oh wait, but my," and you start to see her fade in and out. The whole environment around you begins to fade in and out, just like you saw Jezebel fading. Now everything around you is fading. Oh, but my egg! And as she's about to say "my egg," everything goes black. Your body starts to feel like your stomach is turning, twisting. It almost feels like your like your fingers are being stretched and pulled, like your body is expanding and shrinking at the same time. Everyone go ahead and roll a Constitution save.
Uh-oh.
42?
Say that again?
Is that 42?
Yeah, sorry, Fortitude.
I just don't know, because I don't know which one is which. I'm not sure if it's 42 or will.
Built
15?
20.
22 again, that's for a while.
18.
15, 18, 20, and 22.
Uh-oh.
Is
Nat
that
1.
Oh,
Ooh.
no! He was holding the egg. That was a mistake.
Whoa. Yeah, where were we even trying to go? Did we have a spot in mind, or did we just
No,
kind of...
we're just going. We're just doing
I
the
think,
thing.
well, we're trying to follow the lady, right? Because she took off.
Yes. Yep, that's what I drew, is how the lady had it set up, so.
Hopefully what we think the lady had it set up. We don't know for sure.
You
It's a 50-50
arrive.
chance.
So, who had 15 to 18? 15, 16, 17. Okay. Jubilee, you feel nauseous. Similar to just smelling something rancid. You feel nauseous, but you're able to hold yourself together.
This feels terrible.
The rest of you don't feel nauseous. Your body has a slight tingle to it, but you do smell the rancid, the swamp around you.
Does it
Those are
smell
undead
sick?
creatures.
I was
And
gonna say,
then
does it smell like the inside of those undead creatures from that scare me or wanted to eat?
it smells pretty much like you would imagine a bog or a swamp or any of that.
Okay.
Rihu, you look down at your hand, and you swear that part of your hand is still missing. Like your 4 fingers are gone, and then as you watch them, as you see slowly from bottom to top, as your fingers reassimilate, slowly, little by little, coming back together as your body reconstructs.
Oh,
And you're not able to contain it, and you fall to your knees, and you just barf all over. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh no! Oh
1,
no!
2, 3.
Oh, I hate
all
this.
like you land hands and knees, and you just barf all over Raja's legs.
are you saying some projectile vomiting?
Oh,
happened?
big time. You're completely like vertigo, and literally you saw your fingers reform on your hand, and you just all over Raja's legs.
Oh.
And internally, by the way, just because of my character and personality, I am horrified by this happening.
I don't even have like
I will say.
precipitation to fix this.
Instant reaction, I was about to say, I'm gonna do a spinning roundhouse kick to his face. So that was just my thoughts. That's not something Raja would do.
You know what we call it?
It's Skylar's intrusive
Those are
thoughts.
intrusive thoughts,
That's
yeah.
called an intrusive thought right there. When you think something's so just
That's most of his
ridiculous,
thoughts.
but you don't actually do it.
As this occurs,
Oh, my
I look
sick
at
friend.
Rihu.
Hold on, let me kick you in the face.
I'm sorry you're ill. I'm going to hurt you now.
Yeah.
I look at Rihu. I'm like, I've heard about your days in the fighting rings, but you can't handle a little teleportation. I thought you were a stronger man than this.
No, I understand. It
Yeah,
feels
give me
really
a break.
awful. It feels really terrible.
As I hear them say, "Give him a break," I look at him like, Rihu is one of the ones that smelled when one of these smelled the inside of these creatures when we first cracked them open and didn't vomit from that. And during that short time, we had a dwarf that wanted to join us going through the cave, and he wanted to eat one of these, and all of us were like, no. And he held his constitution for that.
Right, but this is different. He just went through teleportation and he's never done that before. I don't know. Maybe it messed with him a little.
As I'm on my hands and knees. Did everyone make it okay?
Yeah, I think you're the worst for the wear, Ryu.
I'm gonna help him up, and I'm gonna reach and grab my canteen, and just say, "Here, rinse your mouth out a little bit, my friend." And I'm gonna hand him my canteen.
He takes a
Clearly,
takes a
solid swig. Yeah.
And you hear all around you. It is clearly dusk-ish. It's a little bit disorientating. Whether it's dusk or there's a heavy fog in the area, the sky definitely looks different. You hear a multitude of various animals around you, and clearly outside of this ring, you can see that the ground likely has a bit of a softness to it.
So we teleported to another teleportation circle? Like this ring we're in?
Can we look down on the ground and see if there's like the same symbols and things?
You notice that those same arcane symbols are there. The nose, the squiggly line, the maraca, and the nose. Oh, the smile. You notice that those 4 markings are still there. The others... What's that?
Sorry, go ahead. There's a same. Keep going. I'm gonna say something after.
The other stones are all dislodged. So there's still the same 6 stones that look the same way, right? With the tapered side, with the rounds on the center one, but none of them are in their place.
As I look down, do the stones look similar? Not the same, but do they look similar to what we had in Wood's Edge as far as like the constellation just shifted?
Yep. And just as clarifying, Raja, did you pick up those eggs?
I picked all of them but one up because she said she wanted one.
Okay. Sounds good. So you have 3 eggs. She has 1, and you guys use 1 in the circle. Okay. Yeah, the stones look the same.
Alright, I'm gonna grab my notebook and I'm gonna literally sketch everything I can, and as a title I'm gonna just put Mystery Swamp, and I'm gonna try to sketch everything out as it is, including like the placement of the... I'm guessing there's that center stone, kind of like was similar to Wood's Edge.
Yeah, the stones look identical. The tapered, the designs, they're just not in a placement.
Okay.
Are the 2 symbols that are like the signature symbols that Althea mentioned the same?
Yep. All 4 main... There's other arcane symbols, but these 4 primary symbols, the whole ring looks the same.
Identical, yeah. Does it look like this area around us has been touched in a while or like used?
Do a nature check.
Nature? Gosh. All right. How about perception? No. I'm not good at nature. I mean, I should be. I have a +3, but I keep rolling badly. 5 plus 3, so 8.
Slowly getting better.
8.
Yeah, why? Barely.
It's super hard to tell. You lean outside of the circle and you go to touch the ground and look. It's dark. You're human?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's dim lighting for sure. So it's hard, and you try to get close, and as you touch the ground, you do feel like there's a sogginess to the ground. It's a very moist environment. So, you know, it's hard to tell right now if it's...
Well, this is a little different than the fields back home, that's for sure.
Well, I think the first things first, we should probably see if we can find shelter, at least orient where we're at.
Well, here's the thing, that this circle is like, the last one was in a town. They wouldn't put a permanent circle in the middle of like super dangerous area, I would imagine, right?
I'm just gonna check real quick, unless it's the breeding ground.
Oh god.
Yeah, if they have control of the area, then
Yeah.
I will.
So-
I do agree with Vantalord though that we, before it could start, we probably want to be in a safe space. I don't think this is going to be a friendly environment.
I feel like we should make a decision sooner rather than later.
So,
Right.
I'm gonna start. Well, as we look out, I'm gonna slowly start walking across, looking for hard spots. Just because I know with my dark vision, I may be able to see things that Cricket can't see, or my human counterparts. So I'm gonna start looking for like
If we
rocks
need
or
to-
boulders.
If we need to make a shelter, I'm pretty good at staying, like, I know it's hard. I'm not familiar with this landscape, but I could probably make us, like, a shelter. Well, I used to be able to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to do it today, but...
I feel like we should probably have some kind of like covered shelter, because what if everybody is sending somebody after us, and then as soon as they see us sleeping for the night, then they come and attack us, because we don't know if it's just these monsters. We don't know if it could like be people and they're sending things after us, and,
Right.
and you know,
Well, we can keep watch for sure.
Can I do a perception check just on the immediate surroundings to see if
Yep.
there's anything
Yep.
around us?
I think my Samsung.
And you
pictures
have
was-
dark vision, right, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, can we agree that we all should stay
18.
within eyesight of each other?
I don't think that any of us
23.
should really be going very far.
I would agree. I think that's
What if
fantastic.
there's quicksand? What if there's quicksand, and what if there's like puddles of mud that we can sink in forever? And then what if all of us die? And then what if and it's really cold and it's wet and it's damp and it's dark and it's freaky and I don't like it. And
Yeah, but then you'd never have to worry about anything again if you die.
but then what if you come back as a ghost and then you have to stay in the swamp for the rest of forever, and then you just haunt people that are also here?
Yeah, then that would suck. But like if you just die, then Morin Duke would not be a single one of your concerns.
That's always gonna be one of my concerns, whether I'm a ghost or whether I'm a person.
Then don't be a ghost.
Well, I don't know if there's quicksand, and I don't know what if there's like some magical wild beast out here or something, and then there's people following us all the time, and you don't know.
Jubilee, since when have you been cautious?
Since like everything just feels weird lately.
Well, ask your new, like, demon lord lady for some help.
As she says that, I'm like, okay, guys, let's simmer down. Let's focus on the first thing that we need to. Let's see if we can find shelter. And let's get to a base camp.
Raja, you take a look around. You even start to look up in the trees a little bit, wondering what might be in this environment.
Is it still to get darker? Just
It's dim lighting at this point.
okay.
Whether it's sunset or the trees or something about this place,
Like the tree
it's
canopy
just
could be so thick.
yeah. You do see that there are a lot of trees, a lot of canopies and stuff, but it kind of seemed a little foggy, a little dark. It's dim lighting. Raja, when you look around, you notice a couple of animals here and there, nothing that you would consider to be a threat, such as small lizards, right? Small. It's not small, but it's like 8 inches.
Iguanas.
What's that?
Oh.
Yeah, I guess that
I was gonna
iguanas
say,
are
like,
what, 12
iguanas,
inches or
but they
so.
get really big.
So you see some of these move around and
Just to help
noth-
me understand it, just like obviously out of game, is it like similar to the Amazon rainforest? Is that kind of where you're going?
so dense like that, but a swamp.
Okay.
Okay, so
Got
it's
it.
got all the swamp features of muck and puddles and water and disgust and rot and
I would like to go kill some lizards.
I'm going to pull out a torch out of my inventory really quick though.
okay.
And look at Raja, just go, little help please.
With what?
Need help lighting it.
Oh. Oh.
Oh yeah, I
don't know
have
if
that
have
light.
anything to
I
light it.
have that light spell. I'm gonna cast light on my staff as soon as I realize it's like
Okay. And I believe you
I'll just
guys,
use
or
my
at least some of
burning
you, would
hands on
have
this.
flint and steel.
Staff. Actually, being that my blood turns in like flame when it's exposed to oxygen, I just like cut my not my wrist. That would bleed a lot.
Just like
I
nick your
just
arm
like cut myself somewhere and then have it bleed onto the torch and then light the torch.
I in no way promote or or support any kind of I'm gonna put this out there right now because this has happened 3 times now, purposely. Jubilee with the contracts, Jubilee with the pentagram, and now Raja and the torch. Okay, self-harm. Hey, we're all good people. It's okay.
Yes.
Call someone and get some support if you. But Raja reaches and grabs the tip of the torch and just gives a cut on the bottom of his hand right here. Just a small little, and it drips, and it lights the torch. Raja, you rub your hand, and you have a cut there, but it's fairly superficial. It's nothing too extensive.
Thank you, sir.
I look at Raj, I'm like, I forgot that you could do that. That's quite a little magic trick. You'd probably impress some children.
I forgot about that too because I've used my burning hands on multiple occasions to light torches. Yeah, I'm gonna go kill lizards for dinner.
You start to run out, same direction that you're already heading, Vantalord. As you step out, finding more firm ground-ish. Raja, you also head out.
Can I, just because I've traveled quite a bit and seen a few different landscapes,
Yep.
I would advise that we all follow the same path they follow so that we don't step in, like, as Jubilee would say, quicksand.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Is there, as I look around, is there a way to mark where we've been? Like, such as, is there trees that I can cut, or mark in some way? I'm just thinking.
In your immediate path? No. If you veer off to your side, you see trees everywhere. As far as the ground goes, it's very mucky, so it's hard to actually keep footprints in place. It's very, again, swamp and wet ground.
Could plant more trees with something sharp though, right?
Yeah, when you come up, or there'll be, as Vantalord, as you continue forward. Is everyone following?
Yeah.
Okay. Vantalord, as you move further forward, and Raja, all of you move forward, you do notice there's boulders, there's rocks. It just depends on where in the path you are.
The boulders, do they look like they're purposely placed, or is it like where they're stacked up, or is it just random boulders?
Just a giant boulder. You see them from time to time. You see different rocks.
All right. So I'm gonna.
Lizards.
So as we're walking through with Raj and I, and he's keeping an eye out for lizards, I'm gonna be purposely looking for things that may look out of place. Such as stacked up boulders where.
Okay.
Almost like some of the old shrines that you'd see.
Yep.
Where people would.
Are you looking for like ruins essentially?
That's exactly what I'm looking for. Just ways to mark or visually keep track of where we've been.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and go forward with a skills check. So Vantalord, you're going forward with basically perception, looking for landmarks.
Correct.
Okay. Raja, it sounds like you want to go forward with survival, trying to hunt some lizards.
Yeah, I want lizards.
Okay.
And maybe even a crocodile.
Leave mine alone.
And then what about the other 3 of you? What skill would you like to utilize as you're moving through this marshland?
I would be using my acrobatics to make sure I don't trip on any roots or branches or fall into anything, and if I have to do any flips around or grab onto branches that are hanging and things.
Okay.
I guess I'm looking for any sort of like footprints or traffic that looks like there's paths somewhere, or like like there's some like other people who have used this. Where did they go from here?
Okay.
Or the,
So
natural trails traffic. So either like maybe perception. I don't know what that counts.
let's go with a survival.
Or
Is there
survival.
survival?
Yeah, survival.
Yeah, go ahead. You'll have that one.
Well, that's even better than perception, actually.
Should I do stealth then? Because I'm just kind of picking up lizards.
Yeah, and you're probably going to want to be in the front of the group so they don't scare them off and you not be able to get them. So as you're kind of taking the point in the group, you can use stealth, yeah.
I don't have dark vision, but I think perception is what I'm probably going with because I have the torch and I'm looking for really trying to identify like threats to us as we're going, whether that's like a swampy spot or something that would endanger the group as we're walking through.
Okay.
And at the same time looking for a shelter location.
Perfect. And then what is your guys' marching order? And it doesn't have to be a straight line, just what's kind of the order you guys are in. Raja's up front.
I think I'm
gonna
third.
be behind Raja.
Yeah, because those two left in front of us, and then I kind of had the torch, so I was right behind, because Raja just lit it for me.
Okay.
Jubilee and I can be in the back.
Side by side, one in front of the other.
I'm also keeping my eyes out for alligators.
Be side by
or
side.
massive lizards.
Any kind of lizardous-like animal.
Yes, but I'm especially looking out for really big ones that might be sneaky so that I can kill it and take its bones.
Okay.
That sounded kind of weird after I said it out loud.
Yeah, so you guys continue forward. Each of you roll a d20 and then add on your specific modifier, whether that's stealth or perception or survival, whatever skill set you just chose.
Ouch. 31.
Did you just say ouch 31?
I hurt myself.
Okay, I was
but
like,
I got 31 in that process.
Raja, 31. Then Rihu, what'd you get?
I rolled an 18 with the modifier.
18. Vantalord?
16.
Okay. Cricket?
22.
Jubilee?
And my apologies, I actually was adding my survival. It's your perception is higher, so 22.
22, okay. Cricket, you had
22.
22. Jubilee?
27.
27.
I'm the low roller today. Gotcha.
Each of you are walking through. You feel your feet sticking in the mud. You see these cattails around you. Every now and then, Vantalord is marking, whether it be a stone or a tree, cutting some bark off of it, leaving identifiers.
As we walk by, I look at Jubilee. I'm like, "Did you ever try? I think it's like a corn dog at the circus. This is where they grow them, right?"
Is that the... What do you mean? They don't grow those. That's meat on a stick with breading on it.
What do you think these are? Have you ever tried one?
No, it's not. That's not the same thing.
I look at her with the straightest face possible. I'm like, "Are you sure?"
How good of a liar are you? We have to learn this
Yeah,
is
can I-
far-fetched.
Roll a deception check.
Yeah, I feel like there needs to be a sense motive on it.
Yep.
Yeah, hang on. Where is that here?
This is gonna be great. I gotta figure out where deception is.
Yeah, where's sense motive in here?
Should be in your
Oh, I found it.
Under
Okay.
skills and under D and under S.
No, I don't have a deception. Diplomacy, disable device, disguise.
I think it's
Deception.
skill set. Bluff. Sorry, bluff.
Performing.
Bluff, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I rolled
Yeah,
a nat
3.5
20.
L-Hawk.
I rolled a nat 20 and I have a -1 to bluff, so a 19.
Well, the great thing is I rolled an 8 plus 0, so... Wait, so they grow corn dogs in the swamp? Where do they import them from? Nobody's ever told me that.
That's the thing is, growing up, when my dad was out in the field, he said, just have to, you can eat them just as is.
Really? Then eat one.
I'm not hungry. I had a night. Did you see how much I ate this morning? I didn't see you eat anything.
I've never seen you not hungry.
He got a net 20 because he fully believes his father.
He fully believes, yeah.
No, I'm messing with her. So like, Ryu and Raj have been around me long enough to know that I'm trying to mess with her, and with everything that just happened yesterday, I just want to see what happens. I want to cause a little chaos for once. So, if that's the way that you feel, Jubilee, I reach over and I grab one and I take a big old bite of it, and as a dwarf I am, because most people, dwarves will eat pretty much anything.
Well, because that looks different than the corn dogs I'm used to.
It just hasn't been cooked yet. You can eat them raw, just try one.
I guess that's fair. You are supposed to fry them, so this is just raw.
Yeah.
Is it cold?
Yeah, it's the same temperature as around, and with that I crack one open and I give one to her.
Okay, I'll bite it. Cause I believe him, so.
There's some like ominous music playing. What the heck?
So I'm just enjoying,
This is how
enjoying
we
eating a
lose
cattail.
Jubilee to a raw corn dog.
To a cattail that I'm convinced is a rock.
Hold on, wouldn't that be the most fitting way though for Jubilee to die?
Or like some.
Would be
With
like,
Vangelord
this-
causing chaos?
not from touching a pentagram, not from making a deal with the devil.
From eating a cat.
Okay, so
You continue forward. She takes a bite of this thing, and clearly, as soon as you bite it, you know it's not a corn dog. It's just.
This is not a corn dog. This is bad. This is bad. This is.
I burst out of laughing. I'm like, I'm sorry, Jubilee. I figured as a clown I had to make you laugh a little bit because you tend to make others laugh.
Jubilee, you hear him laugh,
Over my.
and you know where it takes you. Each of you start to continue forward, making the marks. Raja, you see a good size 1.5 foot lizard up in front of you,
Bonk him in his
about
head.
5 feet away from you, 4 feet, 3 feet away from you.
I'm also hitting them with my. Or I'm not just taking them alive.
Go ahead
We
and
don't
roll
take
to hit.
hostages here. I hope it's like good.
As
Where's-
Raja sneaks up on this large lizard, pulling his weapon,
How's-
ready to strike. Jubilee, you're still trying to get that cattail out of your mouth. Thoughts flowing through your
14.
mind. What's that?
14.
14. Raja, you sneak in there and you whap, hit it right on the head. Falls to the ground.
As
Yeah.
Raja does this, I take my canteen and my care of Julie. At least I can do something nice. Here's some water.
Well,
Oh, thanks for the gifted subs.
Look at the gifted subs.
Hey.
Thanks,
So nice.
Weirdo, too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We love a weirdo. Welcome to the fam.
Yeah, true.
One of us. One of us.
Raja, that falls to the ground. You pick it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly. You continue forward. Jubilee, did you take the water from Vantelord?
Yeah, I'll take the water.
Okay. Doesn't seem to taste right, but
Electrified.
you take it.
The water doesn't taste right?
It has a funky taste to it, but it's water. It's Vantelord. It must be good.
Are you you wouldn't try to poison me, would you?
I look Julie square in the face. I'm like, that is one thing you won't catch me doing.
That's what you say, but you just made me eat something weird, and now you're giving me water that tastes weird, and are you trying to poison me?
How do I make... As she asks that, I look at her, I'm like, there's one thing against playing a prank on someone. I know that that wasn't gonna kill you or hurt you. At least it shouldn't have.
Not this time, but what about next time you try it? What if next time it's you put something in front of me and you're like, well, I don't want to try this first. I'm gonna make Jubilee try it because she'll try anything. And you just think I'll try anything, don't you? You're gonna poison me and I'm gonna die and it's gonna be your fault.
I apologize. I did not mean to cause that sense of distrust. I just meant to have a laugh. That is... I would never bring harm to an ally. So I am sorry for that.
I will take my long sword that I bought while we were text RPing.
Yep.
And I will hold it to his throat.
Like you walk up on him and you hold...
What you will not do is treat me like I'm some kind of fool just because I look like this, because that's what everybody thinks, is because she's a clown. I can just joke around with her and she'll just take it, and I'm not just taking it anymore. And I'll sheath it and I'll walk away.
She wants to have a fight with the paladin.
The moment of tension lingers like the fog and the smell in the air. You continue forward, trying to find a place to find shelter. The ground is wet. Everywhere you look, the ground is constantly just... I mean, you can stay and you're gonna sleep rough. You keep trying to find a stone or a slab. You've seen them time to time. As you continue forward through this swamp, this marsh, as you do, the air starts to get a chill to it. And we're going to go ahead and take our one and only break. Let everyone stretch their legs a little bit, get something to drink, come back. We'll be back in 5 minutes, everyone.
Hey. Oh, wow, Jubilee. Causing a fight with a paladin who's trained in swordsmanship.
You mess with the clown, you get the jokes or something.
That was good though. I was not expecting that, so bravo.
Thank you, thank you. RP is kind of my jam.
I can see that. I enjoy that. I appreciate that. Okay, let's change shirts because I can.
BRB, y'all.
BRB.
Let's do this.
Let's see. Baba Kin. Oh man, I missed most of this putting the baby to bed. Break already. Yes, it is break already. It is 6:05. But don't worry, you can always watch it on Twitch and on YouTube, which reminds me, I need to get some more of those published. But all of them are on YouTube, so you can always go back and watch them. But I do we all very much appreciate each of you taking your time and being so willing to hang out with us and enjoy this time with us. So absolutely awesome. And I must say, putting the baby to bed is a bit of a priority there, so no shade. I remember those days. Bum, 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 bum.
My dogs are both excited because I opened my office door. Oh, come on, Milo. What, is mom scaring you with the vacuum cleaner that can both eat and scream at the same time? There. Put my dragon back on my shoulder.
Or
Okay.
Becca didn't want to cook, so she just made gyros.
Oh, no, that worked. I don't. Yeah. Thank you, Becca.
In case anyone's wondering, the dragon that's sitting on my right shoulder is named Farazaf.
Like here.
Oh. I do not like this fact that it's pitch black now at 6 p.m. I don't like time changes. It's stupid.
2 minutes left, everyone, and we will start again. Yeah, I mean, it's winter, so.
Well, this whole, like, daylight savings time thing doesn't make any sense anymore. I understand why they originally did it, but they can stop. Makes as much sense as a rubber football bat.
Did you know there's left-handed baseball bats?
That's fantastic. No, I said a rubber football
I know.
bat.
I know.
So, fun fact, and I was telling Jubilee this, so when I was in first grade, I actually convinced one of my friends that cattails were raw corn dogs and saw someone take a big old bite of them.
Okay,
my goodness.
the way in which I want a corn dog right now is just, and on top of the fact that I want a corn dog, I instead went to my kitchen just now because for any of my bodybuilding friends out there, the Olympia was yesterday, and I watched all the bikini girls, and I want to prep for a show so bad right now. So instead of a corn dog, I just ate a bunch of pickles.
Pickles. I say I'm into bodybuilding, but it's the wrong way. Actually, I shouldn't say that.
It's Vulcan season.
Do you do show?
Yeah, I'm a professional. I'm a professional natural bodybuilder, baby.
I'm still working on my weight loss stuff. I'm hoping by next Blue Box Con to be down to about 270, that's about, I think, another 40 pounds of weight loss.
Which you've already done quite a bit, haven't you?
I'm at, let's see here, I'm at about 80 pounds of weight loss right now.
Wow.
Since last October. So, yeah. Yeah, you know the old saying, you know, your body's a temple? Well, mine was kind of a fun house for a few years.
I know all about that.
So for anyone that doesn't know, since we're already talking about con, they haven't finalized dates, but this is one of the nice, lovely shirts that I was able to buy last year.
They can't see it.
I will be there next year. As soon as we know
Yeah?
dates, please tell me.
Yeah?
I will make sure that I am there.
Roughly
So
mid-May.
my lovely bride bought one, but it's super, super sparkly. Like, Jen had to go get the actual cutout, but it's like metallic sparkly, like glitter.
What?
Yeah.
We have sparkly t-shirts?
And we are back.
I
Wow.
kind of want to go
Not
get
yet,
it just to show you how sparkly it is compared to this one.
So I'm pretty sure that Rihu fell into the swamp.
I'm here. I'm just eating like all of you, so I just didn't want to show.
Well, you're not
Okay.
visible on the cam. We are cam live again as Skylar eats a grape.
Okay.
And Vantalord and Rihu are not visible. They're
Ow.
definitely falling into
No,
the swamp. You guys need to create new characters.
No. So I want to show. I gotta show Jubilee this. So obviously, you know, I went and did a shirt change to one of the Blue Box shirts that I bought at the con. Okay. So you see, this is kind of flat silver. Look how sparkly this one is.
I
Can't see it.
can't. It's gone.
just
You're gone.
It's hard to
It's
tell.
hard to see with your camera, but I believe you and I want one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super glittery.
Yep. So A little bit of announcement to everyone. Remember, like you saw earlier today, Tears have aired every Sunday. Then on Tuesday we have Greyhawk Awakening, Lore Master Arcanum on Thursday, and Friday Night Crusades on Friday.
No, Lore Master Arcanum is on Wednesdays.
That's what I said.
You said Thursdays.
Lore Master Arcanum on Wednesday, Friday Night Crusades on Friday, and then we are every other Sunday. So definitely catch us here. And then with that, sometime mid-May-ish is the next Blue Box Con. So definitely start planning that now. You got a good 6 months to really prep and be there for that. So I'm looking forward to seeing all
shameless
of you guys
plug.
there. With that though, we will hop back into this game as we all continue to munch on our suppers. So with the tension and the weight of the fog, the dense fog around you, as you move deeper and deeper, or what you assume to be deeper and deeper, with no real understanding of where you originated at. As you move in, you do eventually find a resting spot with a slab of stone just big enough to fit each of you on there. This would probably be after about an hour's worth of travel through this muck, and you can feel sometimes you step in a spot where you just wonder if your boot is gonna come off as you pull your foot out. Little animals. Raja, you end up catching 3 of these large, about 1.5-foot-ish sized lizards, large iguana type sized lizards. You are able to find this spot if you do decide to rest here, or do you want to keep going forward? At this point, with the exertion of this, you don't feel exhausted, but it is arduous work to get through this.
Did I see any tracks at all of any like paths or anything like that with my survival earlier?
You had a 22, correct?
Yeah.
You saw a couple things. This one, not so much a track as much as just the actual animal. There was a couple times in the trees as you were looking for various broken branches, tracks that tree-based animals might make, and you saw a large rope? Not a rope. A large, long body slithering. Probably a good 5-inch diameter.
Yep.
Snake.
That's diameters from left to right, not all the ways around.
So whole snake. Like you see the snake wrapping around the branches and kind of sitting there resting.
Is it following us?
No, you just, as you're walking during this hour, you see this large snake. You would approximate that it's probably about 5 feet long, and it's got a good sized body on it. As you continue to walk,
like snakes are doing.
As you continue to walk, you do see these large, large footprints. You only catch one here or there where the ground is just dry enough where it's not filling itself back in, right? So every now and then you catch this footprint. You can tell that it's bipedal. And it's a foot. It's not a shoe or a boot or anything.
Is it in the same direction that we are?
Yeah, it seems to be. You never see one going in a different direction. They might be, but this particular set that you seem to be following is heading in the same direction that you are.
What is
And
the
it
shape
looks
of
to
the foot?
be non-human, meaning not elf. It's not like 5 toes. Kind of. It's not a human foot.
Is
if
it
that
like
makes
my
sense.
lizard's toes?
What's that?
Like my lizard's toes? Oh wait. I don't think Raja would. No, never mind.
I'll point it out to everybody though as I notice it, just so it looks like there's some other creature that is at least going the same direction that we were. Doesn't appear to be fully human, but something else headed this way, so that could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I'm guessing since we're seeing footprints, it's probably got there before we did, so we're probably behind it. So right now, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe.
Or maybe you already know all about it because you're working with it already.
As Jubilee says that, I just glare at her. I'm like, I'm sorry. Come on, for all this time I've been trying to stick up for you.
Yeah, what is that noise?
I would like to get ready.
Right.
You hear the sound. You see flutters through the trees, the branches moving. Catch the tail end as bats go flying.
Oh. Okay.
Come across this slab of stone. Tensions still rise between Vantalord and Jubilee.
Well,
do you guys proceed, or what do you guys do?
Do we want to wait here for the night? I mean,
Oh, it was just bats.
Yeah. What if the footprints lead us to a village?
right? I know. I don't know
Yeah,
how
and then
far
you
it
get
is.
chopped
so-
apart. Who wants to eat lizard their whole life?
I mean, I'm fine to keep going if we want to. But also, if we decide we want to wait. Does it appear to be getting darker? Or is it the same light as it was before? Same light?
Same way.
Okay. Well, it doesn't appear to be getting darker, so maybe this is just sort of always what it looks like during the day. So maybe we should just keep going and utilize this minimal light while we can. I don't know, what do y'all think?
I say we keep pressing on until the light starts to dim.
Okay. Maybe we can just keep. I'll keep an eye out for these footprints and see if we're still headed in the same direction as them, or if they veer off or something.
Well, that might as well. So.
Okay.
As we continue.
As our DM is finishing chewing.
I was gonna say, as we continue walking, I'm gonna continue trying to talk to Jubilee and still try to say, I'm sorry about the whole prank thing. Can we move past it? I've been trying to stick up for you since the whole pentagram thing yesterday.
Sure,
I
I guess
apologize
that's fine.
if I hit a nerve.
Sure. Yep.
That sounded like we just dove into the ocean.
It did, but I think it was Skylar's water bottle.
Oh. That's why I didn't hear it. I was like,
It just sounded like water sloshing.
That's funny.
I'm gonna keep looking for really, really, really big lizards like alligators.
Okay.
Don't get into a
Those are-
fight you can't win.
I should probably need myself one.
So you continue forward for another hour, and everything looks the same. You're fairly confident that you're not running across any kind of... you're not circling backwards. Vantalord keeps making those consistent marks, finding different areas. He's able to you know, as you guys spanned, working together, even with the tensions rising, you kind of, one stays at the previous mark and makes a new one, and you're able to work together, consistently moving forward. During this next hour, Raja, you're able to capture just one more lizard. So now you have 4 of these, roughly, you know, varying in size, but foot to foot and a half size lizards. So actually a decent amount of meat.
How many little ones do I have?
You just have the 4.
Okay. Oh, foot and a half.
Yeah. So quite sizable sized lizards. As you continue forward and all your minis get stuck, you do finally come across a bridge. Jubilee, you in particular, as Raja being in the front is the first one to come across this bridge.
Thanks for subscribing, Roger? And thanks for rating.
Roger.
Oh, God.
Roger. Item Bean, it's Tracy.
Oh!
Hey.
Yay for Tracy.
Thanks for the raid, Tracy.
Yeah, heck yeah, thank you. Jubilee, Cricket goes right in front of you as you were side by side most of the time. There is this spot where there's a gap and a rock that you guys gotta jump on, and it's seemingly not difficult. Jubilee, go ahead and roll a dex check.
This seems suspicious. Where is my dex? Oh, that's bad. That's a 6.
As you do, you feel as you start to hop this rock, again, it's not overly difficult. And as you go to make the hop, you feel just a wrench, a pit in your stomach. And a bit of a wave that comes over you. And when you step, you step down and you fall to the other side, and you pull yourself up, and you're just covered in muck. As you slightly twisted your ankle.
Ow! That's never happened before, I don't think.
I'm right next to Jubilee, right? Or was right next to her before she fell?
Yeah, you cross moments in front of her, so you're not far away from her.
When I see that happen, I'll reach back and try and like help her up. Are you alright? What happened? This seems like, how'd you fall and not me?
I don't know. I just felt like I was leaning into it, and then all of a sudden it just felt like. Have you ever felt like you left something at home, like you left the house and you didn't have something really important that you needed? It felt like there's just something missing.
Right? Yeah.
And I don't know. And then I just fell.
It just like suddenly happened. What triggered it?
I don't know. I was just trying to climb over this rock, and then while I was doing it, I just got that feeling.
Well, I feel like we should listen to those feelings when they come up, so just keep your eyes out. Maybe there's something weird around here that's causing that for you.
Cricket, I think that that what I got from Morin Duke doesn't work anymore.
What do you mean?
Like when I was on contract with the circus, I was gifted all of these acrobatic powers that I didn't have before. Well, I guess I was born into it, so I kind of always had them, but it just always seemed like not everybody else could do what I did, and there were certain things that everybody else could do that I couldn't do, and everybody had their own special thing, and this was always mine, and that was always part of my act in the circus, was to do all of the acrobatic tricks, you know, and now all of a sudden I'm trying to do just regular acrobatics, and I'm just trying to do a cartwheel over a rock, and it just seems like really strange that we broke my contract and all of a sudden I can't.
Well, yesterday right afterwards, you were able to walk on your hands. Do you feel like it's getting worse? Like, Like, do you
I
feel
don't
worse
know.
today than yesterday?
I don't know. I'm gonna try to get on my hands.
All right, yeah. Try and stand on your heads now.
And hearing this, I'll probably just throw it. There was another thing that happened after the contract got broken.
Well, sure, but that should help in the opposite direction, right? Like if the contract broke my powers from working, then wouldn't it make sense that then if I reached out to somebody, then they would give me something else, wouldn't they? Because I devoted myself to them, and then they're supposed to give me something in return. I thought that was how all of this worked in every direction, whether it's Morin Duke or whether it's whoever controls Morin Duke, or they said that they control me anyway, or I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't know who I am. Am I broke?
I'm gonna like grab hold of her. She's like spiraling. This like panic spiral. Be like, Jubilee, listen, we're gonna get through this. Even if it means that you're you know, the old version of you. Maybe you don't have the same skills moving forward, but you'll have different skills that you have. Maybe this new.
What if I'm just useless?
You're not useless. You're not useless. You're already clearly still a very helpful member of this group, and regardless of whether you can walk on your hands on a cartwheel across rocks or not, we still value you.
Well, that's really nice, but I'm gonna.
I know nothing else matters.
I'm gonna feel really terrible if I'm just like a liability now. If you're all walking around doing everything that you do, and I'm just here.
Well, think about it this way too. You don't really know yet what happened from that contract that you made yesterday, or pact that you made. I mean, maybe it just, you'll learn about it in time. Maybe it'll be something different than what you had with Morin Duke. Maybe you'll get some different skills or something like that.
As she says that, I was like, Jubilee, did you actually hear a voice answer you when you reached out saying that you wanted to be like Morin Duke but better?
I felt something.
You felt something, but you didn't actually hear anything?
I don't remember if I heard something.
Yeah, I think she did. I think you did hear.
I
think you heard her, like a woman talking to you.
Well, either way, we're your friends. Let's help at least try to figure out what's going on. You're not going to be a liability. If nothing else, you know, we have each other's backs, correct?
But how am I supposed to be a good friend if I'm just like dead weight here?
You're not dead weight. Are people only useful because they can do a cartwheel? I can't do a cartwheel. Bear can't do a cartwheel. Is he useless? Or dead weight or a liability?
I just thought that I had something special, and I feel like I...
Well, maybe you just have to figure out what your new special thing is. Maybe it's something else.
Vantalor, did you just say...
I say I can't swim, and I'm useful. If we come across...
Did you just say
lake,
you can't swim? We're about to walk. What?
We are...
We're in a swamp, Vantalor. This is not the time for you to tell us that you can't swim.
You know...
Surprise!
Exactly. So, the thing is, let's address things as they come up. We're here to help each other out. You know, whether it be you throwing daggers or trying to use your whip still, you probably have other skill sets that you may not even realize because you've relied so much on your acrobatics.
That's a great point. Maybe you were just leaning so hard into your acrobatic skills that you overlooked other skills that you have, that now it's their chance to shine. You know, sometimes that happens in like a pack when somebody is really good at something, then other people don't think they need to be good at it, but then when that thing goes away, they have a chance to shine. Maybe that's what's happening with you.
So, let's explore them together, okay?
So
I don't like
we're
the
like
box.
a pack. We're like a pack of wolves now.
Yeah, we're a pack. Or a herd of sheep.
Are those just the bats again? I'm gonna try crossing the bridge.
Okay.
Does it look like how it does on the video?
Raja, I feel like you should like check it out before you walk across. Like, don't just go.
He said, "Nah, I'm rolling."
It's like, bye.
I'm gonna like hold the ropes, but
Yeah, it looks like it is an old, decrepit bridge. At some point, it probably had wood planks on it, Since then, those seem to have been broken. You see little breaks here and there, but the primary structure of it and the ropes are still there. So those ropes that you're looking at, both handles and steps, that is what the bridge looks like.
I thought there was planks on it.
No planks.
Oh, the
It is
ropes
as
are
it
the steps.
Say that again.
Oh, then I'll just go from rope to rope.
Okay.
Wait, before you do,
Am I seeing that
Raja,
right? Like there's ropes like for the steps, but I don't like being that close to the water. So can I just go from post to post?
These here are center posts or the railing posts?
The railing posts.
Okay. Are you trying to like jump
Being
from
that close
post
to
to
the
post?
water, I've been looking for.
You're trying to jump from post to post?
Yeah, because I don't like being that close to the water. Because I've been looking for alligators this whole time.
Okay.
Crocodiles.
So
See
being
you
you're
later,
trying to
alligator.
hop from post to post to post, go ahead and do a parkour check. Do a dex check.
Okay.
And it's going to be a bit challenging. What's that?
Dex or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Oh, that's an 8. 17.
Okay.
I'm very hungry.
So you're able to get up onto the first one, and you hop the first couple here. Each of you see Raja hop across. Not full. He's about halfway, just under halfway across.
I will follow, but I'm going to be gripping the ropes for dear life instead of just doing my usual skipping chaotically, I guess.
Okay. So the approach you're trying to take is just to kind of walk the side beam as you hold the
Yeah.
rope. Just kind of
Yeah.
shuffle along. Okay.
I'm gonna wait till Jubilee's about halfway across, and I'm going to kind of shimmy along the side. You know, feet on one side of the rope. So like, if I was to be facing it, I'd be facing where Jubilee's right is right now, and just shimmy across one side only.
Yep. So similar to her. You're
Yeah.
just shimmying along the other side.
Yep.
Alright, Raja, go ahead and roll another acrobatics.
And my carpet is all messed up on my office.
23.
23. Simple enough. You're able to make it. The rest of the way across. And when you get to the other side, the ground is a bit more firm here. You see that there's a clear increase in the height of the ground.
I guess
I'd like
I'll
to
try
take a
and
quick look around
Okay.
to make sure there's nothing waiting.
Vandelord had mentioned he's going to wait for Jubilee to get across. What about you, Rihu, and Cricket?
I'll follow behind Vantelord.
Okay.
How far is it between these posts or whatever that are in the ground or
About-
water?
About 10 feet. You mean
Like,
actually in the ground? Those ones? It's similar. So the ones out of the ground, about 10 feet, as well as then the ones in the ground just offset from each other.
how is Bear reacting to being able to cross?
You see him approach the water, and he's like tapping the water with his feet to check the water.
I can bring Bear over if you want.
Like you can carry him?
Yeah.
Really? Do you need help? Like maybe I could like, I don't know, just in case. Because how are you gonna hold on to him and get across?
One armed.
All right.
I have a pretty high confidence in my physical abilities.
All right. I won't question it. All right.
Susan, I'm glad one of us does, because when it comes to this type of stuff, I'm hoping that I don't end up in the water.
Jubilee, go ahead and roll a acrobat. You're trying to climb. Let's go with climb. There's a climb skill.
Jubilee.
You're not necessarily going up, but
I am afraid. Where
You can do this, Jubilee. You got it.
Oh god, I have a -2.
A 13.
okay.
Could be worse. Could be better.
Hands shaking, your feet every now and then dipping into the water as these poles aren't perfectly even. You get about 3/4 of the way, and you start to shake. You start to stiffen with fear. Can I have?
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Can I have everyone remove your headset? In some way, make it so you can't hear. Can anyone else hear me now? Cool. Jubilee, you get to this point and the water is making you uneasy. This area is making you uneasy. You start to see you start to see some kind of symbol show up on the back of your hand as you're holding this rope.
What is this? What is this?
It just kind of goes in a circle.
Do they hurt?
A single ring that it never like finishes its circle. It's just like it's not this, but imagine like a loading sign, right, or a snake chasing the tail. But it's just this circle that keeps it never completes, and it just makes this circle on the back of your hand. Make a deal.
Do I hear anything?
You hear a soft whisper that's just, make a deal. You know you want to.
How do I? Is this you? Is this who I tried to talk to?
Just make the deal.
Well, I don't want to make a deal until I know if you're the right person that I was trying to get in touch with.
On the back of your hand, it goes away.
Wait!
I don't know how I'm gonna get Skylar's. There we go. There, you saw me. Each of you see and hear Jubilee, like talking and kind of muttering some words. They don't come through very clear. She's just muttering them. Jubilee, you're still kind of shaking, but that moment has passed.
What?
Go ahead and make your climb check to make it the rest of the way across. And it's at an additional -2.
Ten.
10. That's with the additional -2?
Yeah, I rolled
Okay.
a 14.
Okay. You slowly inch your way across. Near the end, your foot slips and splashes to your knee into the water. You quickly pull it out, and you find yourself across with Raja, seeing him looking around the area, happy that this ground is much firmer than the rest. Vantalord, she has made it across. Go ahead and make a climb check to see if you can climb your way across this bridge.
A 7. I rolled a 12, but I have a -5. I rolled a 7.
7.
Guess who's ending up in the drink?
You get about a third of the way across. Your hands are almost like your elbows are on the rope, right? Just mainly because of your height. And you're just, in order to get your arms, your elbows are up, your foot slips on the wetness, and your arms hook around the rope as your feet are dangling in the water, splashing. Go ahead and roll a strength check. See if you can get yourself back on your feet.
19.
19. You get your feet, you pull yourself up, get your feet back on. Go ahead and roll another climb check.
I'm changing dice. This one's failed me now twice. A 4. Well, that dice is being thrown out a window. As I look at Cricket and Jubilee on one side, and I look at Jubilee on the other, and I yell, "Well, I told you I can't swim. Now I'm gonna prove it."
No.
I think Rihu and I are following sort of behind him. Like we would be close-ish.
So we'll go ahead and finish out the that part. So Cricket, go ahead and make your we'll go with climb still.
15.
Okay. And Rihu, make your climb with a -2 for carrying the doggy.
Question. As they're coming across the bridge, if I look down the water, how deep does the water look?
You can't tell.
Sorry, you said with just the -2 from the modifier?
An additional negative, whatever, like roll, do your mod, and subtract 2.
19, because I have a +2. Sorry, I was,
Gotcha.
2.
Nice. So 19, 21, back down to 19. Nice. So you're making, like you're just shuffling your feet. You know how to place your feet. The dog is even comfortable. Bear is happy. Vantalord, you get a little bit further, just over halfway. Your feet slip out from under you. Your arms don't catch you this time. And you slam down into the rope below, where there seemed to be some kind of netting kind of method that they use for this rope bridge. So you're not sinking at this moment. You are kind of stuck on these other beams and ropes underneath.
Am I close enough that I can try and like reach him and pull him up out of the water?
You're about 10 feet away. Rihu, you're about 20 feet away. Both of you roll a perception check. Cricket and Rihu.
15.
15, okay.
23.
23. So 15 and 23. Each of you, as you are, this huge splash goes off, and you are made plenty aware that there is something out there. You see it crawling and slithering under the water.
Vantalord, get out of the water! Get out of the water now!
He can't swim!
Well, but he can pull himself up, and I'm gonna run over to him and try and help pull him up. If I
You're
can.
gonna run on the rope.
Do I notice?
Well, I mean, I'm only 10 feet away. Like, I'm just gonna move to you as quickly as I can.
Do I notice this
So you hear you clearly hear Vantalord splash into the water. Like everything hears Vantalord splash into this water. He starts to yell out. So you know, everyone knows Vantalord is splashing. Cricket, you try to run up to him.
And help him.
Okay. Go ahead and Cricket, roll for initiative.
Initiative?
Uh-oh.
Spaghettios.
No.
A
Is it
3?
possible?
All of this is now initiative, but yes, I mean, you can probably do what you're thinking, Raja. It's just now we're entering initiative. Say that again.
3.
A 3.
Oh, this is great.
4.
I love it. I said Vantalord can't swim, and I pretty much spoke it into my existence.
So I got a 4 on the die. The creature slowly gains more and more distance. As it gets
Gains
close,
distance or decreases?
yes. Decreases distance, gains on you. As it gets closer, Cricket, you especially, no one's really unfamiliar with it, but Cricket, you're just more attuned with it, that you see that it is an alligator. And right as you see just the eyes of it, it drops underwater.
Raja, your wish is granted. There's an alligator. Come and hack it.
So that will be the alligator's turn, and then it takes us to you guys. So remember, storytelling, free form, you guys decide who goes first.
I'm gonna try and get Vantalord out of the water. First and foremost.
As she's coming close to me, I'm like, okay, you guys said you said you saw something. What's going on?
It's an alligator, but don't be alarmed. It's fine.
I'm gonna try to continue to pull myself up because I know I probably weigh 2/3 of what Cricket weighs. Like, I'm a very stout dwarf, and I don't want her falling in. So I look at Cricket. I'm like, let me get myself pulled up. Focus on the alligator.
Help you.
Okay, I just don't want you falling in because I don't know if this is a net underneath
So
me. I don't
it
know
is
what's going
initiative.
on.
So too much dialogue will take your turn. So quick snippets, totally good to RP.
I'm gonna continue working on pulling myself up.
And you're trying to pull him up, so basically you're both working to get him out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
At least,
yeah. Go ahead and roll. Sure, we'll just take it for an action for each. So each of you roll a strength check. Try to get him out of the water.
15.
Okay. Let's see what you get, Cricket.
A 2.
Uh-oh.
Cricket, you
Moral
reach
support.
you reach down to give him a hand, and his arm is just slippery. You can't find a good spot. Even where he has his armor, it's, you're not able to get a good handle on it without potentially hurting your own hand. Vantalord, you start to pull yourself up a little bit. It's hard because you have nowhere to put your feet to help you get out, so you're just stuck at the edge. You do get out a little bit. About a foot of your body gets out. You still have a foot and a half left in the water. You're pretty much, your legs are still dangling in instead of your chest down.
That brings up my question: as I'm looking down at this rope, do I have a rough estimate of how deep the water is?
No, soon after you see the rope, it just goes black. It could be a foot,
then.
it could be 20 feet. Like, it's hard to tell.
Okay then.
The other three of you, what are the three of you doing?
Can you show me where I am real quick? I just started getting on the bridge, right? Yeah, okay.
Yep, you're about 30 feet away.
Okay, because immediately I know I'm in trouble with my current predicament after hearing alligator. I'm gonna turn around really quick with Bear still in my arm, like holding Bear, and just get back to where it's flat, like before the bridge started, since I'm only just barely into the bridge.
Okay, so you're just gonna turn back?
and that's my movement. And then with my action, what I'd like to do is take out my rope. It's gonna sound weird. Basically, I want to tie the rope around Bear in certain spots so that I can like backpack him.
Okay. So kind of
basically like
around the
build a harness
chest
for
and the
Bear.
hips and.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then like a little bit of rope so that I can like tie it around my shoulder, like grab it and tie it around my shoulders and pick him up.
Okay. So you're gonna take your action to secure that rope.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a survival check for your not tying abilities.
Okay, so I rolled a 15.
Okay. So you feel pretty confident in it. You get him tied up and hunker him onto your back for your turn. Raja and Jubilee.
Can I see
I'd
the
like to roll
alligator?
back.
Neither of you are able to see it. It's
Okay.
gone under. It's called out that it's gone under. Raja, you do what?
Go back into the bridge.
Okay, so that's about 10 feet and you're back to the bridge.
And then I also want to go on the bridge.
Okay. Are you gonna
Like
take...
on those posts again.
Okay.
You're a brave man.
And then am I able to hold my action?
Yeah, what would you like to hold? What's your trigger and what are you holding?
Let me see what I have.
I'm just going to, for right now, hold my Morning Star. So like if it leaps out at me, or like comes in swinging range of me.
Okay.
I have to be able to see
So if
this.
if it becomes visible and it's within swinging range, you want to hit it.
Yeah.
Okay. Jubilee,
However, I want
what-
to be specific. If it jumps out at me, I'm wanting to hit it from the side so it doesn't just come crashing into my body.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. that makes
just
sense.
like hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jubilee, what about you?
I would like to crawl back out onto the bridge, panicking, of course, because I don't want to fall in and get eaten by an alligator. But I will use my movement to come out to where everybody seems to be, kind of, hanging out. And I will reach into the pockets of my little leggings and pull out a bunch of pink glitter and just into the water. And I'm going to cast Sleep and hope that it works because it's a 10-foot radius from where I cast it.
Is it like an area effect?
It says I can choose one or more creatures.
Okay. So then you're just kind of hoping it's in that area when you cast it.
Yeah.
Okay. And clearly not casting it on Raja.
Yes. I'm doing it into the water.
Okay.
It's kind of like the game Battleship. You're like picking the spot and going, did I get a hit?
Yeah, hoping that I hit.
Okay, let's see. Little time. Okay. Let's go into initiative. So who rolled last time? I forget.
I did, but I
You're good,
lost.
dude.
Okay, so let's go to Raja. Go ahead and roll initiative. Roll a d6.
Four.
5. The water ripples. Vantalord, you feel a movement brush across your foot.
I kick it.
You feel this movement, and then suddenly there's as the water turns, and you just see it bubble, and it attacks. It will
do
go.
we know if Sleep worked?
Sleep did not work. You don't know why it didn't work
I'm an
because
adult, it never
you couldn't
works.
necessarily know that you were casting. It could have been that it wasn't in the area,
Shoot.
but it seems to have not worked for some reason because, or right, what you might be thinking, Jubilee, is it didn't work it was out of the range. It didn't work. It was in the range. It just doesn't work on it. Or maybe there's more than one. So the alligator will make a bite attack on Vantalord's leg. Vantalord, your AC is flat-footed for that stat. What is that?
19.
Even as flat-footed?
Yup.
Okay. You feel it hit your side of your foot. You guys see the water as it turns and goes to strike at you. You see the pole, the wood pole in the water next to you, Vantalord, just shatter as the body continues back onto this side.
Remember, I'm wearing splint mail, so like I'm in full mail armor head to toe.
So you sink very fast.
Yeah, not good if you get in the water.
Yeah, I have no swim. None.
So that is the alligator's turn. It's back to you guys.
I look at the others. I'm like, I'm gonna get myself pulled up, focus on the alligator, make sure that the thing doesn't pull me under, because I will sink like a brick. And I'm just gonna work on getting myself pulled up out of said water.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check. Your arms are slippery, the ropes are wet and slimy, your nerves are shaking.
16.
Okay. You're kind of stuck there at the moment, right? So you're not feeling weak, but you're just not getting a good enough grip. You're feeling it, you're getting close.
I think at this point I just need to start pulling myself across the bridge.
Anyone else?
Yeah. Can I see it now?
You have a real good idea. I'm gonna say yes. It hasn't quite gone back under, and you could clearly see where it was
Right, like
swimming.
right next to Vantalord, I could at least see it's like squirming in the water.
Yeah, if you
or
saw
something.
that, and then when it swam away, you could still see the trail of the water.
All right, I am going to hold on to my staff and chant a few words and like point at it, and I'm gonna cast a hold animal.
Ooh.
Okay. What's
So it needs
the,
to make a saving throw, a will saving throw.
Ooh. Oh boy.
And the DC's 15.
Oh, cool. It's swimming, and it's you can tell, you can especially tell, Cricket, it's swimming not away to flee, it's swimming to gain distance to turn back. And so it's moving its tail, it's getting that distance when it just stops.
So now it's paralyzed for 2 rounds.
Okay.
Am I close enough to jump on its back?
You are.
Out of your mind.
Or can I get close enough?
You're about 25 feet away from it. So, I mean, you can still move.
Okay, can I go to the next pole?
Okay, so that's 10 feet of movement
And
to the
then
next
jump
pole.
on its back.
I think, well, hold on. It says that it functions like hold person. I'm just checking to see if somebody attacks it, does it change something?
At
Nope,
this point,
it's good.
would Raja know?
No, I would just yell it out if it was true,
Oh,
but no,
I see what
it's
you're
not.
saying. Like,
But no,
hey, I got this.
Yeah,
don't.
like like it's there, just leave it. We can get
Okay.
across. But no, it you can attack it. It is still paralyzed.
Oh,
So
brutal.
have at it, Raja.
You can make a. Yeah, I
Standing
mean,
long jump.
yeah. Well, distance-wise, just make an acrobatics check.
Okay.
You
Right
are
before
higher
Raja-
than it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because it's 17 feet, but these are obviously high enough if Vandelord's struggling
It
to get
still
over.
isn't the easiest thing in the world to do. It is wet, slimy, and in the water. So it's still not easy, just letting you know. Not telling you what to do, but it is difficult.
So,
Once
see,
we- oh,
Raja about to jump. Can I cast resistance real quick on Raja? He'll have a +1 to saving throws.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
you
as
can.
he jumps
Yeah,
off,
why
just
not?
stick
Let's
my
blend
hand
actions.
against
You
his back
see him
real
doing
quick.
this. So you're gonna cast resistance on him.
Yeah.
Okay. Raja's starting to crouch down. You can see that you cast resistance on him. Raja, you make the jump, and the DC is. Go ahead.
21.
Alright. You jump, and your arm hooks, like you land on your chest on its back, right? And you start to feel the slime and the muck and the water as you start to lean off towards, slip off one side of it. Who's left? Rihu?
Is its
And-
head slightly out of water?
Just like normally, just the top portion of that head.
Just like the eyes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Do I still have my action?
I'm gonna say with that
Can I cast
movement.
Burning
that's-
Hands into its eyes? Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say with that move, like moving up and then jumping onto it would be your whole, like that, the jump itself to grapple it, basically.
In this particular moment,
Oh,
we're
nice.
on the far side of the bridge by myself.
Yep.
I'm pretty cut off, and I don't think I want to try and make that climb with having to, with that thing circling around and having bear on my back and not really having much support. So I'm just gonna take my spear out, have an action ready in case something does try to come up, but I feel safer standing on the other side of the bridge for now.
Okay.
We do have some time that you can move if you wanted to try and like just leave before it comes back.
All right, listening to them, I'll make an effort. I'll
Right.
try to cross. I'll try to get to them from the bridge still.
So you can make it halfway this round.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your climb again. -2 because of bear.
Well, it's a nat 20.
Oh shit.
Okay. Do you want to use your dash also? I didn't think about that.
Yes, I would use dash then because I'm going as fast as possible. That's my only objective right now.
Yep. Okay. You make it across very easily, even around Van. You kind of look at him almost like, and you keep on going. You set bear down when you get on the other side. The creature, the alligator, is currently stunned. You can see Cricket. You can see its body starting to just move a little bit. You can tell that the hold is starting to loosen. Raja is on its back, kind of. Raja, you know that you are starting to slip off of the side of this, aka you barely missed that AC, so you are slipping off the side of it. You can feel your hands slipping. You don't have the hold that you're hoping for. Vantelord,
Get a hold.
you're trying to jump on its back, right?
Yeah, but not to grapple it.
Were you trying to stand on it?
Because you said I was grappling it. No. I was just gonna straddle it.
Couldn't straddle it unless you grabbed onto it, right? Like that's the.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
whether
I'm
you
not grappling it to stop it from doing anything.
grapple
you
or
said
hug it,
jump on
bear
it.
hug it, hold it. Like
Yeah,
you're
no, yeah.
So it's that grip between your legs and your hands, like it's
Right.
slipping. You're not getting that hold. Vantelord, you're not falling, but you're just not going up, and your legs are still trying to find that firm grip. Cricket, you're standing there, seeing the alligator slipping but still being held, Jubilee, thoughts racing. Sleep didn't work. Or did it? Yeah, I'm not too sure yet. But hopefully your last spell did work.
How are my hands?
A lot better. Oh wait, you mean from earlier? Like moments ago? Or from...
Uh-huh.
You take a look. Indistinguishable. As far as the burn goes and all that, you know, the heals are your hands healing up. But as far as that goes, you can't tell.
Okay.
Nothing to see.
Okay, so the alligator doesn't get a turn this round either, right?
Well, so all that, so Rihu, Phantalord. So with that though, we're gonna end tonight's session.
What?
Can't you at least let me burn its eyes out?
We're big fight with an alligator.
So we will move into stream MVP, and next in 2 weeks we'll come back to see alligator. Who's gonna eat, alligator or the team, the party?
Well, and this is the, so it'll be starting initiative. Alligator still has what, one more round of paralysis?
We'll start at the top of the round with the
Correct.
initiative, with this being the last round that it's done. So you guys auto win the initiative. They can't win the initiative. It's done for one last round.
Well, I think it would be
But-
two rounds of it.
Right. So that was one round. This will be another
But
one.
it had already acted that round, so I think like
Oh, okay. So we'll look
Ah.
into that. However, you guys be careful to not metagame that.
Yeah, I'm just
But
noting
yes.
it from my notes,
Yep.
so that way we have it.
That's a good point though, Cricket, about how that works. Yep.
yeah, so it's like sort of like, you know, it's like the end of my
Yep. Because it had, like you said, it had already used its turn.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense. We will move into stream MVP, and in 2 weeks pick up right here with the alligator. Let's go ahead and each of you go ahead and say, let's go with Rihu, Jubilee, Raja, just like you guys are on the screen. Why should you be stream MVP? And everyone hang with us as we do this. We'll have a poll up, and then we're going to go ahead and raid into Jay's stream.
I think I saw some comment about Jay doesn't stream until 8 Central.
Yeah, he's starting
Amanda
an
was
hour
wrong.
late.
Yeah, he's streaming now.
Yeah.
Alright, never mind.
Yeah. Amanda meant to say Eastern.
Stream MVP, I feel like I figured out the Waygate situation and how the egg interacted very quickly. Which allowed us to zoom to this unknown swamp, which may or may not have been a good idea, we don't know yet. On top of that, I mean, come on, who else was looking out for Bear?
All right.
I think that backpack harness is going to be very useful.
Oh, backpack. No. Sorry.
Jubilee, why should you be stream MVP?
Jubilee should be stream MVP because I could have done a lot more terrible things than I did do, but Jubilee is having the same existential crisis that all of us adults have as to whether or not we're actually special in this world. So if you felt like you can relate, vote Jubilee for stream MVP today. Jubilee needs a therapist.
Raja. Alligator
Raja,
hopping Raja.
because he was looking out for the party, collecting their supper, because he doesn't have any food on him, that's for sure. Definitely ate it all. And now he's putting his own life in danger to try to not seduce. What's the right word?
Subdue.
Subdue the alligator
Please don't seduce the alligator.
so that it doesn't kill his friends.
Hey, Shrek.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Get out of my swamp.
Vantalord, why should you be stream MVP?
Okay. I wasn't gonna say the whole corn dog thing with Jubilee, but on the flip side, though, trying to stick up for Jubilee and help remove that tension set, because even though the whole pentagram thing, it's still something as a group that we can work together on to make sure that we're strong as a group. Plus, I'm wearing the cool Blue Box RPG shirt. Shameless plug. No.
And if you're not wearing a cool Blue Box RPG shirt, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Cricket, why should you be stream MVP?
Cricket should be stream MVP for helping, albeit not much, but helping a little bit with the astronomy, like signs and figuring out where they may lead. And also trying to like track and notice those like humanoid footprints as they're going, stopping Jubilee from having a full-blown panic attack. Trying to help Vantalord again, maybe not successfully, but trying. It's the intention, right? And casting hold animal on the alligator to hopefully get us able to get out of here.
Yeah, that may have made the difference with this alligator.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have jumped on.
I didn't say it, you did.
All right, so let's go ahead and get that poll up here, and we'll go ahead and have that vote for the stream MVP. And while we do that,
I didn't think about.
What's up?
I was just gonna say I didn't think about the possibility of there being other alligators, even though it was said multiple times. What
I
can
guess
I
we'll just
say?
have to see you later.
So while we wait for that poll to get up there, again, just a reminder, Tuesday we have Greyhawk Awakening. Wednesday we have Lore Master Arcanum. Friday we have Friday Night Crusade. If you would go ahead and click the link and join our Discord. What did I just click? Join our Discord. Always good stuff happening in there. And lots.
You need me to put it in there?
To be
there.
Lots
we
to
also
do
need
there.
we need a stream MVP poll.
Yep.
I can't remember how to do it. Otherwise, I would have put it up.
Where's Amanda and Kurt?
Okay, let's see here. Let me see if I remember how to do this.
So there's that. There is Blue Box Con coming in May. And again, just a quick last showing. If not, then we'll divvy out we'll figure out the stream MVP if we can't do the vote. But, LMA is playing outside your comfort zone. Kurt, can you throw up the vote, the stream MVP there, Kurt? And then let me get this over to you guys one last time before we end tonight. Just another great look at the work of our sponsor, Cowboy Hob, at the work she did with the character art.
The most magical little baby.
It's so pretty.
Hobbs is the real stream MVP.
Yeah.
Just give it to Hob.
So cool.
Crystal blue eyes.
Hey, stream MVP's up.
Awesome.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you. Bear kind of appeared on camera. Yes.
Oh yeah. Sometimes my dog comes in camera.
Yeah.
Ooh, Rihu taking the lead.
It's the backpack. It's a bear
Yeah.
backpack.
It's the bear pack.
I don't know if I've ever seen you
Gotta
win it
look out for
before.
the doggos, okay?
Yeah.
Ooh, oh,
Ooh, this is the tight.
that's a
the tight
spicy.
This is more votes I think than we've had in like the
Whoa,
last three.
spicy stream MVP today.
the last 3 sessions.
Why is it spicy? Yes, I totally just did that. Did I do that a little too well? Hmm.
Couple more seconds left.
The
Wow.
artwork
Actually,
is
probably
so
like 30.
pretty.
The
40.
artwork is so good.
It is.
Well, I guess I know what I'm gonna be doing on the website in the
Oh.
next couple weeks.
Oh,
Look at that Jubilee color scheme. Everybody has those neutrals going on, and Jubilee is like, hello.
I mean, so we got a couple non-neutrals, right? We got- we got-
Raja and Jubilee are both very bright. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then there you go. You got
Pretty, so pretty.
I love it.
Got our bearded boys.
Yeah.
Rory, are those in the Fall of Red Dawn
yeah.
folder in Dropbox?
Coming with the,
Yep.
come from
Whoa,
behind.
whoa, what's
Ooh.
happening?
Wow, yeah, Jubilee's jumping ahead. What the
Whoa!
heck?
Or in that pentagram.
All the world loves the clown. Isn't that what they say?
I don't think that's what they say. I think clowns and
That's a
spiders are...
song. I don't know how many people agree with it, but
No, I think you're thinking of the
Thanks, y'all.
song "Send in the Clowns," which funny is actually a pretty fun song to play on the piano, just because it's so awkward.
yeah.
Just think, you guys don't even know where you literally don't know where you're at right now.
Nope.
Nope.
We just appeared
Could
here.
literally be anywhere in the world of Greyhawk, because that is a possibility.
Swamp.
Like it
Watch
is quite
us-
possible.
Watch us be where Greyhawk Awakening plays in the Sea of Dark.
A crossover?
I may
Yeah.
have built out this star
Ooh.
constellation actually onto the map of Greyhawk and picked plots. So you
I
guys
love
could
it.
be anywhere.
Is this really
And
right now?
Jubilee took the stream MVP with 6.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Thank you everyone for your votes. That really does matter to them. It helps them out. So that's 250 XP to Jubilee. Unless
Ooh, I'm gonna edit right now because
that makes you level up.
Does it? I don't know. I was really
Because
close.
you need a long rest for that. I'm
Bet
still
you
in
there's
that
gonna be
no,
dinosaur
it doesn't.
chickens.
spot. What'd you just say?
Dinosaur chickens.
And we will go ahead and stream raid into Jay's stream. So hang with us for just a second. And while we do that, Vantalord, if you would take it away. Oh wait. Does anyone else know? Let's go with stream MVP. Jubilee.
Wait, what?
You have to do the.
You gotta do the thing. Do the thing.
The what are you doing
If you are not subscribed to our Twitch and if you're not subscribed to our Twitch, then I'm not good at this.
If you're
Jubilee.
following and you haven't yet subscribed, if you're subscribed and you've let your subscription lapse, if you're a subscriber and you're not in our Discord, we just have one thing for you. What are you
What are you
What are you doing?
Doing.
That was very stressful.
That didn't
So
help.
you guys know, I did just copy paste it into our Zoom chat.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's gonna go away.
And it looks like on Twitch it says that we're already rating
Yeah,
Lord
I'll put it in
Gazumba.
our team chat. Okay.
Yeah, we are rating.
There you go. It's in our team chat.
So I'm not sure why this is happening, but it says that we're already rating into Lord Gazumba.
Yeah.
I don't know what to...
Manda did it.
Oh, did she? Are we already
Yeah.
there?
Yay, Amanda.
Or is she
All
gonna
right.
rate
I'm
us
not
in?
looking for. I have to retype all my notes.
See everyone in 2
first half of the
weeks.
session.
See you in 2 weeks, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.
No.
I don't know when it's actually rated.
We're gone. We're out.
Let me make sure that it went live. Okay, this year.
I see it.